I'll talk to him on the rising sun. I was coming down and I'm talking to you. We're having all night ride. Some call it women, some say God. Say goodbye, survive. Baptize me in fire, fever, Johnny on the fire.
Okay, welcome back this morning. Appreciate y'all coming back. We're going to get started here in a second. Just a couple housekeeping items as well. Again, as I mentioned yesterday, if you're new for the day, bathrooms are right outside the hallway again. If you see most of y'all have coffees and whatnot, but if you need a drink, Cokes, water, sodas, etc., it's in the concession stand out there outside, so help yourself to that, bottled water, and whatnot. Again, we're super excited we talked yesterday about adrenaline fundraising. Again, if you haven't had a chance to talk to those guys, make sure that you reach out to them. If you need some help contacting someone, let me know. The other thing that we're super excited about is that TVI is partnered up with Bike, and we're very excited about the Bike. We've got some Bike reps here today, so if you're not using them, it's definitely worth talking to. They do everything from social media stuff to just hike videos, et cetera, and it's just what they're doing for what they're charging the high school coaches is fantastic. So they've got a large contingency in Houston. All you Houston folks are very familiar with them. They're making their presence known here, so we're super excited about getting them in the area. And again, teaming up with them has been in the works for a while. We're finally grabs and now, so we're partnering up with Life as well. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to let Kaylee's got some information about hours or something. Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kaylee Kane. I'm with Lake Creek High School. In the back of your notebook, the second to last page, there's a QR code that you can scan with your phone. I made the mistake last year of just putting the PD hours in the back of the notebook, and nobody took the survey, and we really need that information. So if you would like your PD hours, I will have them over the table, but what I need you to do first is scan that QR code, fill out the quick survey for us. This just helps us grow the clinic and then grow our platform and give us a little bit of feedback from you guys. So if you can take the time today to scan that, fill it out for me, and then I will give you your PD hours, and then players, I have your hours as well. Before you leave, come see me, and I will give you that as well. Okay?
Okay, so we're going to get this started off. I say young man because I'm older than everybody. Most of you is younger than I am. So we're super excited. I know he's got a lot going on in his world, whirlwind of fire. He's got experience in both the club world, success, and in the high school world. Sean McMurray is currently now, we're going to say now, is that just took the head job at Lovejoy High School, but he's qualified, opened several teams, triple qualified 6 teams in the last 2 years, qualified 4 teams and opened in 5 years of club, district coach of the year at A&M Consulting. Like I said, he just took over at Lovejoy, so we're super excited about him. He's coached over 30 D1 athletes, and so we're excited about his perspective on his communication. So we'll hand this over to Sean McMurray from Lovejoy High School.
Hello. So I'm going to be talking about setting today. Big things, obviously, we know in the world with high school volleyball. We have a big rule update this year. No more doubles on the second contact. We wanted to keep it on our side. So I'm personally really excited about it. I feel like it's going to extend plays, let us get to make the viewing experience a little bit better for people, get people who maybe haven't been a setter since they were 12 years old, actually that could possibly be one, have a little bit more of a lead room, a little bit more encouraged to step in and set, and then also all of our non-setters to be able to take the ball in their hands. So super excited today. We'll have a group of setters probably going on one side of the net, and on the other side of the net, I'm actually going to have a group of players, some of y'all that aren't setters as well, just kind of going through the same drills. We're very blessed at Houston Skyline. We get to do setter training every week for 30 minutes to an hour. And so a lot of the things that we're taking from there are going to be some of the things that we like to do in our gym consistently, and I like to do in my high school gym as well. The other thing I also want to point out is I've been super blessed and lucky in my short career of coaching where at Houston Skyline we've had, I feel like, some of the best setters in the country that have come through us recently. We have really great other setter training coaches. Jamie Morrison, I got to spend a couple years with him, who's now at A&M. He also did a big stint overseas where he was working with some of the Turkish professional teams, and it was just really interesting hearing his insights on how in Europe this is how they kind of teach setting, this is how they develop the game, and how that's kind of bleeding into now to college and getting down to the club and high school level in terms of, hey, these are some misconceptions that we kind of have with setting, and then these are some things, kind of principles that almost all great setters in the world do. So, that being said, girls are going to come on over here to the board, and we're going to just kind of step through what we're doing. Okay, so the 3 big principles that I like to talk about whenever we talk about setting is everybody looks a little bit different. Whether the best setter in the world, second best setter, all-American college players, everybody does a lot of things, and if you take a picture of them, take a video of them, and compare them all, there's all slightly different things. There might be slightly different location where they're taking it, slightly different how their elbows are kind of pulled in. Some people get 3 fingers on the ball, some people get all 5. Everything's a little bit different, okay? But to be an elite setter and to be a high-level setter, we have to think about fast hands, right? A lot of times we think about make it clean, make it clean, make it clean, and we get to the point where our setters are almost catching the ball, and it's going to make it a lot softer. This is going to, one, slow down our offense, and it's also going to take power away, right? I like to think about the analogy with fast hands. If you took a baseball bat, or if you took a golf club, and you put a foam pad on it and hit it, it's not going to go as far, right? And so it might be a little bit ugly at first, the ball might be spinning, but we want to think about getting the ball out of our hands as fast as possible, okay? So that's the first thing that we're working on. So to do this, everybody grab a ball and spread out. You don't even need to be on the court. Go ahead and spread out nice and big. And your goal is to set it to the ceiling. Toss it to yourself, set it to the ceiling. See how high you can go both sides of the net just so you're not running or bumping into people. And we'll see how we do right now. I want you to play with your posture. It doesn't matter if you double. I don't care if the ball spins at all. Just chuck this ball up as high as you possibly can to the ceiling. for about 15 more seconds. Really push. Use your whole body. Try to get that ball up as high as possible. All right, last one, as high as you can. Let's get it. Good, okay, hold the balls for a second. Okay. How would we describe the way that ball felt and sounded coming off of our hands? Anybody? Chris, okay, yeah, right, I think that's a great way to put it. If I see this ball right here, right, whenever we're setting this ball really hard, right, we can see and almost hear like this pop that's coming off of the ball. Right? And that's a kind of a cue and a metric that I want my setters to have. So I like to say and do a drill like this where we're just chucking it as high as we can. Because I want to feel this ball popping off of my hands, right? Another analogy and story I like to give is like hot potato. I want to have this ball in my hands for the least amount of time as possible. So I'm not here kind of absorbing and catching the ball, but I'm feeling it popping off of my hands, coming out and being very aggressive with it. Okay? So what we're going to do now is everybody's going to partner up. We all get to do this right now. And we're just going to go a little bit inside of the sideline. We're going to partner up and go this way. You need one ball and one partner. So one of y'all put the ball up. One of you have it spread on out. And we'll be about like, you can be a little closer. Let's be about 10 or 15 feet away. Yep. And then just go ahead and spread out with your partner, okay? So we're going to do some partner setting drills. And it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. Let me see this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss this ball. I'm just setting this ball with my index fingers right now. Right? I'm not letting it hit my hands. I'm not putting a thumb on it. I'm not putting anything other than my index fingers. I'm up here, just my index fingers pushing the ball. Right? So, a couple things that I'm looking for when I'm doing this, right, is I want them to try to be kind of vertical. Right? This will help us a lot better. I'm thinking behind the ball, not under. Doesn't have to be super high. Line drive, vertical fingers, and I'm thinking pop the ball. Right? Pop the ball to my partner. It should be very stiff, very strong. Okay? Can't be tough. Let's go for it, okay? If it spins a little bit, I'm okay with that. Okay? Good. Make strong fingers. Fingers to the ceiling, not pointing towards each other. Good. Oh yeah, y'all got it. Y'all take a step back. That's pretty awesome. Strong hands over here. Good. Let's keep those elbows in. I want to see vertical fingers. Nice. Okay. Now we're getting the hang of it. Nice. Very good. That's those elbows in a little bit more. Right. Try to be here, not here. Nice job. Good. Again, the way we were setting towards that ceiling, when we felt that pop off of our hands, I want us to feel it right now. Right? We don't have to be accurate right now. Just send it super aggressive. Good. That was really good. Nice. That looks better. Good. Okay, hold the balls for a second. Alright, so our next one we're going to do is we're still not adding our thumb. Right? We're basically making peace sign. Right? Right up here. So I'm thinking these fingers to the ceiling. Right? I'm not thinking of them in. I'm thinking both of these fingers to the ceiling. The index finger is still doing the majority of the work. The middle finger is just going to be up there to kind of help guide me. Okay? Peace sign, setting that ball to my partner. Right? Again, if you can think about that, very stiff. I can feel it popping off of my hands. Hot potato, get it out quick. Okay? Go. Really nice. That was great. Let's keep that ball nice and high above our head. Think hands behind the ball, not under it. Good. Feel that pop. Really good. Great job. Nice. Good. Very good. Okay. Looking strong. We have some strong setters in here. Really strong hands. I love it. Good. Send it all the way. If it's getting too easy, scoot back a little bit. Challenge yourself. So you're pushing yourself, pushing it hard. Okay? Good. Good. Okay, the last one we're going to add, all we're going to do is we're going to add our thumb now. So I'm just using these three, right? Ball's up here, but as soon as we have this thumb, this is where you'll see people are going to immediately go back to their habits. They might get really wide here. They might take it down here. Really focus on keeping that index and middle finger vertical like this, right? So my thumb should almost be touching whenever I'm behind this ball right now. Okay, and again, I'm thinking hands and fingers behind the ball. Index fingers doing the push, the thumb's just there to help guide. So I'm up here, pushing it just like that. Okay? Feel that pop off the ball again, right? Hot potato, get it out. Go. Push hard. Nice. Listen for the pop. Feel it. Good. Good, okay, I want everybody to take one big step back and keep doing it, trying to push ourselves. Nice. Very good. Good, okay, let's go ahead and go balls in the ball cart now. Great job, okay? Okay, so let me go ahead and get a coach over here. And then just give me our 3 setters, or actual setters. You're off right now. Y'all just be over here on this side. And anytime they make it to the net, I want y'all to cheer super loud, okay? Act like y'all just won state championship. Sound good? Anytime they get into the net, just cheer loud. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is still working on fast hands. This is just kind of the next progression that I'll go to, and we'll just kind of keep it in a small group so you can get a little bit of practice. We're gonna scoot back a little bit, okay? And y'all are gonna come a lot closer for tossing, okay? I just call this rapid fire setting, okay? And so one of y'all can toss what you can handle, and basically the idea is you're gonna get balls tossed like this high right in front of you, and your goal is literally hockey stick. Get it out as fast as possible. So she come closer to me, tossing it, and it's literally as fast as possible, right? And I'm thinking just as quickly as I can, pushing this ball out of my hands, okay? Cool. All right, so you're gonna do 5, and then just go to the end of the line, okay? Fast, fast, fast. Good, keep your hands up, don't bring them down, just keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. Great job, yeah, love it, quick, quick, quick. Nice. Quick, 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 keep those hands up, keep those hands up. Nice. Don't bring them down. Keep them up the whole time. Good. Good, okay, next person. 5, keep them up. Keep them up there the whole time. Keep them up, keep them up. Don't bring them down. No. You're leave them. Set the ball, set the ball, set the ball, set the ball. Right, there, leave them up. And then go find it. That's all right, go. Good. Rotate. Okay, one more time through. Again, right? Thinking fast. Okay, go. Good, leave those hands up. Hot potato, feel the pop. Good. Right? And I'm not caring about accuracy here. I really just care about feeling the ball out of our hands. Okay, let's go one more time through 3 to these 2 to feel a little bit of redemption. Good, keep those hands up. Nice. Get to it, keep the hands up. Good, there we go, it's looking better. Yep, and then last one over here. Love it. Good, keep them up. Nice. Good, okay. Cool, y'all help Shag, grab some of these balls that are up, and then let's get one of those empty ball cards, put it underneath the center target so we have this over here. Okay? Cool, and so that's something that I'll just do as a progression, and I'll like to sometimes mix it up where I'll say, okay, we're gonna start close, and maybe it's a little bit easier for me to get it out of my hands when I'm close, right? And then I'm gonna just progressively maybe scoot back, right? I'm gonna do this with my setters to the point where I want them still trying to feel that same kind of pop from when they're over here versus when they're up here, right? And I'll just talk for a second about one thing that I'm sure some of you are wondering. If you're just worried about getting the ball out of your hands fast, how do you prevent the ball from going like 20 feet outside of the antenna, okay? For me, what we like to talk about is I want my hand release to be the same every time, and then I'm going to determine how much my arms or elbows are helping me push, right? So whether I'm setting the 1, right, I want a quick popping release, right, versus setting a far ball. I'm just going to do more with my body and my arms wherever I can to get this ball to go all the way out. But I still want to feel that quick release, and you'll find as well, a lot of times, especially when you're trying to get your middles to run quicks, they're going to struggle sometimes when your setters are really kind of absorbing and bringing this ball down. The faster they get their hands out of their hands to the quick to the middles, it's going to be a lot easier for your middles to just trust and kind of commit to that, right? So I like to say it's always a fast release from the hands, just do a little bit less or more with the arms, and that's something that they're just going to have to learn and play with progressing now, okay? All right, cool. Next thing that we're going to go to, let's come over here towards the board. Okay, we're going to talk about brace posture, okay? So again, we want really strong hands, right? But also also, we want to really think about a strong core and posture. Okay, especially once we kind of go from standing setting to jump setting and teaching that, right? If we're lacking consistency there, a lot of times it's because people are kind of just jumping in the air and not really using their core, engaging it, and doing a great job with that. Okay, so you can tell them to have a strong core, you can tell them to be strong no matter what, but I think actually applying that and teaching them ways to do that is going to be super helpful. Okay, so the biggest thing that we're going to do, right, is if I have a setter, come give me a setter, anybody can stand right here. You're actually setting great. Just turn over there like you're setting. I think you're setting right now. Have a little bit of a wider base. Okay? Sometimes I'll come up to them or I'll have another player if they're partnered up, is while they're sitting there and we're just doing some setting drills, is I'm going to be like, don't let me push you over, right? Don't let me push you over. Okay? And actively thinking like, I want to be here in defense and ready to dig a ball. I should be that same way whenever I'm setting that ball. Is I'm thinking I'm engaged in my core, a nice wide base where everything's going to be super strong from the ground up, and it's just going to help that transfer to my hands. Okay? So that's one of the first things that we'll have to do. Okay? The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to get these basketballs over here. So, get two basketballs, great, perfect. And we're going to work on imagining this basketball again is like a 40-pound ball, right? And so we talk about the position and posture we want to get to with setting. Is if this ball weighed 40 pounds, and I'm taking it out here to the side, I'm taking it behind my head, all this stuff, I'm not going to be very strong with it, right? Now, we're lucky and we're blessed that a volleyball is a pretty light ball, right? But if, right, we were playing with a much heavier ball, we'd have to change things a little bit. And again, this isn't just about consistency, right? If I can consistently be in this strong posture, right, and this isn't just my thoughts, if you watch the best players in the world, they're always getting here. And if you're like, I want my setters to be more deceptive, I want my setters to be able to do this better. A big part of that is getting to a very strong, stable position, right? Where I could be over here, right, facing the outside, and I can still deliver this ball to the right side, right? If I develop the hand strength, if I have the core strength and the consistent placement, that's ultimately going to lead to a lot of one-on-ones for your team, and then lead to your setters performing at a high level, okay? So to help build the hand strength and to help build this that core strength, here's what we're going to do, is we're going to be on this side over here doing the 3 setters that I just had, okay? And then to one of y'all, actually just welcome over here. And I need 3 non-setters, so 3 people who want to learn to set today get to help do this, okay? All right, so we're going to have a setter target. So setter, let's have an outside target on this side, and I'll actually have one more on this side. Okay, one more person. You're going to stand right here, right? We're going to set like a high ball, basically like a 2-ball or something, okay? We'll just have one person right there. One person is going to be setter target, and then one person is off from that. Okay, cool. And then you're just going to rotate in. Y'all will rotate through very simply, okay? So this person sets, okay? This person is going to be catching the basketball. So you're going to do 2 balls where they toss the basketball in, right? And I'm just setting the basketball high on top of this person. Again, I might come up and try to push y'all over, right? And then after the second basketball, then we're going to have a volleyball card over here. I'm going to grab that for me. And then we're going to get a volleyball, okay? I don't care about the accuracy of this volleyball right now, but the same way that you set that basketball, I'm imagining, this coach is going to toss me, the third ball is going to be the volleyball. I'm just imagining it's that same kind of thing, right? And then I'm just pushing it out to my target, right? So I'm feeling as if, hey, I just set a basketball the exact same way I would do this. I want to set that volleyball that way, where I'm going to use my core. I'm not going to be loose with my hands. I'm going to be super strong delivering that ball, right? And if y'all send this ball over here into the front row, great, right? That's totally fine right now. We're still thinking fast release with our hands, trying to set it outside, but it's okay to go too far. Make sense? Okay? Cool, go. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. 2 basketballs, yep, and then 1 volleyball. Okay? Y'all are doing great. And honestly, I just want y'all to keep repping this out, practicing it, so keep it up. Right? After you go, just rotate through. Okay, y'all keep running it on this side. I'm going to run it on this side as well, just so we can see multiple groups running it. So set the basketball twice. After you set it, just give it back to me. And then just set a volleyball and then do hoop and set it as fast as you can. Okay? Nice. Strong hands. Strong hands. Right? Good. Hold on to that basketball for a second. Set it to the hoop. Good. And I really want you to rotate. Next time, I really want, instead of you going up high, I want you to be behind this ball and think about putting a hole through that net, burning a hole through that net. Okay? Keep going on that side, right? Let's try not to jump right now. Try not to jump, right? Strong base, like I said. If I could push you over, don't let me. Good. Love that. Okay? Here we go. Strong base, don't jump, right? Good. And then burn a hole through the net. Okay, good. Okay, so here's what I want right now. While they're setting the basketballs and the volleyball person that's kind of in right back waiting to go, I want you just coming up, standing behind them just like I did earlier, and you're just kind of pushing with them, right? You're just kind of messing with them, making sure that their core is actively engaged and you're kind of resisting it, right? So maybe you're not standing here, maybe you're a little bit wider, maybe we have a little bit of an even, but I'm not jumping, I'm thinking basically glued into the ground right now, okay? Come up there, messengers, walls, good. Nice, and burn a hole in it as fast as you can. Love that one. I don't care if that's totally fine. I like that we're trying something new. Love it. Good, messenger, yeah. Push her over, yeah, there you go. Well, burn a hole in it. Nice. Okay. Good. Good. Nice and fast. Love it. Okay. Yeah, push her over, there you go. That's the third. Nice, so much better. Okay, good. All right, so this is something that we'd also repeat for setting it backwards, right? But again, this is part of just building the confidence, building the strength of our players right now, okay? It's helping work on our posture. We would eventually also could progress to, okay, maybe I want my setters to be jump setting and setting this basketball now, right? Same kind of idea, but I'm going to be very picky about, are they consistently in this loaded, strong position before I ever want them jump setting, right? Because as soon as we start jump setting, consistency goes out the window, right? They might be using it as a cop-out because they just didn't move their feet, right? Very rarely should we just be jumping because it's like, hey, I didn't get my feet there. And so we'll talk about jump setting here in a second, but something I really want to emphasize is we should almost be landing in the same spot every time that we're jumping, okay? And as soon as we start changing that, it's going to add another variable of momentum that's going to throw things off, right? We've all seen our setters whenever they're sprinting through the net over here towards zone 4, right, trying to put up the ball, right, and they're trying to set it to the outside, and it just sails out past that net, right? So they have all that momentum to run. So we'll talk about momentum as one of our next big keys, okay? Cool, let's head over here towards the board. Okay. And so very similar to how Coach Sam was talking about yesterday, you'll see this in the majority of NCAA programs and club programs as well, is we like to break down our offense into basically 3 systems. We have our in system, which is our perfect ball scenario. We have our medium system, right, which is we'd like to say, hey, ball's kind of at the edges of the heart, like she talked about, at probably 10 feet off in the middle of the court. We'll also do triangles, you'll see half circles, everybody does it a little bit different, and then true out system, okay? I like to make a big distinction between each of those 3. So when we are true out of system, we are never setting a ball with tempo, right? We are putting up a high ball, right? Anybody can step in. I've always rather the middle back, left back, whoever it is, step in, set that ball with their hands, and have a setter run flying in, trying to bump set it, because that's not going to be great, right? And if we just spend a little bit of time training and working on those settings, the person who's 1 foot away from the ball can easily step in and set a high ball working, okay? And so we're really big on setting that out of system ball high. And then we'll also talk about a little bit later when we get to it. But for now, what I really want us to focus on, I feel like it's neglected, is what we call this medium system offense, right? Again, how many times do we either work on out of system or, hey, I'm going to toss a perfect ball to my setter right here. And they're going to get really good at getting this perfect ball. But realistically, we just don't get that a lot. We get that maybe on 3 balls and if we have a really, really, really great passing game, okay? And so when we talk about medium system, is we really challenge our setters to set the same tempo they would on an in-system ball, but we like to basically have it where it's spread out a little bit more, right? So I have kind of a drawing in the booklet as well of where I'll do this, but I'm going to go ahead and put some lines and dots out here, and we're going to work on basically setting from these 4 corners of what our medium system box would be, all right? We'll do it on this side. All right, so give me my setters over here, and then somebody can be a bonus setter over here, so we'll have 1 more who wants to do it. Thank you. All right, so again, I'll probably put this 8 or 10 feet inside, a little bit closer to the net. Let's use these. And then when we're coming off roughly to the 10-foot line, I'll be a little bit more in, but around the 10-foot line, okay? And so our goal here, right, is again, we're trying to set the same ball we would on a perfect one, right? And so we do a lot of second tempo sets. We call them goes, we call them ribs, right? We call them shoot, like Sam says, it's more the international system, whatever you may call it, nuts. But we're thinking this ball's peaking just above the antenna whenever we're going outside of the pin. And then right here, coach is going to be up here. We're going to be working on actually releasing from right back now, right? So you get away, coach is going to slap the ball, running up to target, and then she's going to toss it to any of the 4 X's, okay? focus, right? There's one being good at the if system, but we just worked on posture. I want to run, get to the spot wherever the ball's at, be stopped, and I'm not moving through this set at all. We're not jump setting, right? We're literally just getting there. Imagine that I would come up and I'd be pushing you over right now, okay? Again, thinking pretty fast set, so keep it relatively flat, okay? Just go, and then go to the end of the line after you go. Good, you can just mix it up, toss it whatever X you want. Yeah, get there quick, get there quick. Good, okay, pause for a second. All right, so setters, one thing I want to see a little bit more, right, is I want to see us get a little bit more here towards the net, right? Worst thing we can do is stop your short base, and then this ball's tight. Try to save it, I'm jumping into the net. So I want to get to the net pretty early, right? And I also want to be open to my coach, right? I know we see this a lot. I get here, right, and I'm already wanting to face, pass goes behind, our setters do this, right? And then they try to set outside, it may not be great, or it's the most obvious back set in the world, right? So get up here quick, run, get up, get stopped, read the ball, run to that spot, okay? As soon as she slaps it, run to the net. As soon as she slaps it, run to the net. There you go. Love that. Try to be stopped. Try to get to our spot, be stopped. Be stopped, be stopped. Good, better being stopped. Get to our spot, be stopped. I love that one. I feel like we went a little bit quicker there. I love it. Good, make sure we're not guessing. See where the toss is going. See where the toss is going. Good. Love it. Good, okay, and the progression that I'd also like to do with this is let's give me a couple DS's, and y'all take your ball card over there. Give me a couple DS's over here. We're actively trying to dig to these X's now, right? If we miss a little bit, that's fine, right? I just need 2 or 3, it's totally fine. If y'all want, you can just be back here and rotate in. Okay, but 2 or 3, trying to dig to an X. Be intentional with it, okay? Go ahead. Good. Find an X, pick which one you want to be at. Just give me 2 on the whole time. 2 on the whole time. Rotate when you pass. Rotate off when you pass. Good. Y'all go a little slower, coaches. Yeah, it's fine. They haven't done it before. Good. Pick a side, y'all. Pick where you're trying to go to. Don't make it perfect. Good. Pick an X. Pick an X. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I love that one. Good. Pick an X. Get to it. Really good. Try to be stopped though. Right? Don't step through that ball. Don't run through it. Good. Pick an X. Good. Good. Okay. Pause for a second. All right. So one thing again, right? If I'm talking about watching this, if these are my setters, are doing a great job right now for the first time that we're doing this, right? Is that saying, hey, I feel like we're still moving through this ball a little bit more than I've done, right? So what I want us to do right now is just for a couple rounds, we're going to go through. You're getting to base early, you're running, and you're literally just going to catch the ball. Okay? Run, catch the ball, and then bowl it under and get back in line. Okay? Go. You have to be stopped though. Imagine you're a statue. Be stopped. Yeah? Catch it in your setting position. Be stopped. Be stopped. Catch it in your setting position. Thank you. Be stopped. Be stopped. Yes, so much better. See, that was a big change right there. Be stopped. Good. I like that a lot better. Good. Be stopped. Get there and be stopped. Good. I love it. Nice. Much better. Good. Okay. Last one, and then we're going to go back into setting. Because again, we're adding progressions, adding layers to this. I thought that you did a much better job with that, so let's see if we can translate it to setting. But it's very easy to tell if we were actually making these moves in a game, that all of a sudden that makes this set so much more realistic, right? Instead of how we've kind of been moving through, I know we're just setting outside right now, but we're putting ourselves in a position where I could be setting my middle, my outside, my right side, and my bit anywhere I possibly can. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but now set them. So run, 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 a little bit quicker than intentional. Be stop, and then just set a good ball. Okay, go. Run, be stopped. Yeah, I don't want it to be smooth. I want it to be fast and efficient. Don't jump in, cheater. Be stopped. Don't jump through it. Be stopped. Deliver a good ball. Pass a little higher. Good. Pick an X. Don't make it too easy on the setters. Pick an X, put it on the X. Nice. I like that one. We went a little bit quicker. Be stopped. Good. Be stopped. Turn around. Good. I like that one better. Just keep it out of your hands quick. Nice. Love that. I'm okay with this far on that. discuss back setting now. Okay, so one of y'all move this setter target over here. We're going to leave these out here. The S's y'all can stay. Just past perfect right now. Ignore the X's. Okay. Okay. Back setting, right? Everybody likes to say things very differently, right? Basketball. Everybody likes to talk about very different stuff all the time. Okay. Again, I want a quick release, right? The best players in the world all have a quick release. I want to be taking it in the same sort of posture I had here, right? But the amount of times I've heard people and coaches talk about, don't bend your back, don't bend your back, don't bend your back. And yes, I don't want to be bending my back before I set because to tell. But again, if you watch any professional team in the world, I don't care how good you are, right? It's physically and anatomically not possible to set a ball from here to the right side with a fast tempo without bending your back, okay? So, I'm thinking, what am I doing before the ball? That's totally fine. And then the second thing we talk about is we talk about our train tracks, right? We talk about this all the time in the Skyline Gym. Again, this is something that Jamie brought over from the Netherlands, but we want to think about if the ball is a train, my hands are train tracks. The longer I can keep my train tracks going to where I want it to go, the more precise and the more accurate I'm going to be, right? And so if I'm setting a little bit of a faster ball behind, right, I don't want to just push this ball to the ceiling and then turn around like 2 days later and be like, oh, did it go there? Right? But we work on coming here, right? Seeing the ball go over my right shoulder, right? And so as we're going to work on setting right now, is I want us to get to this position where I'm taking it here in front of me, and then I'm kind of turning and pivoting over my right and seeing it go over my right shoulder right now. Okay, so I should be finishing with my chest kind of facing over here and my hands coming this way, right? It's not this, it's this, where I'm almost turning and sidestepping a little bit. Okay, cool. And then let's keep it fast, right? Let's not think about absorbing, so try to burn a hole in that. Okay? Go ahead. Just pass perfect right now. Even more, right? Turn over, see it fast. Love that. Love that. Good. Good. Turn over your other shoulder up. Over your right, turn towards the net. Turn towards the net. Good. Good, there we go, I love that one. Good, okay, let's go ahead and pause for a second. So we'll just use our 2-ball series that we normally do within this. Great job. Alright, and again, we have a lot of 2-ball variations, but here's what I want us to do. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to set this ball as high as we can, trying to get it to the target. So very similar to what we did earlier, right? I'm getting up here, and I'm thinking just like send that ball to the moon, wherever it's at. Okay? The second ball is a line drive as fast as I possibly can towards the target. If it doesn't even barely clear the net, that's totally fine. But I want to be in this position, right? Thinking something like that. Just chuck it over my shoulder, turn and go super fast. Okay? So you'll stay for 2, right? Set the high ball, set the fast ball. Okay? Go. High as you can. Oh, you can go way higher. Alright, as fast as you can. Oh, we can go way faster, right? Don't make it a perfect set right now. Make it obnoxiously high and then obnoxiously fast for the second one. Good. Fast as you can now. Yes. Good. Turn over that right shoulder instead of your left. Turn towards the net. Okay, nice and high. Yes, love that. Now fast. Good. Turn, right? Don't just go here and go blind. See the ball come out of your hands. Good. Now fast. As fast as you can. Turn over your shoulder. Love that one. Really good. As high as you can. Good. Now as fast as you can. Good. Make it obnoxiously high, obnoxiously fast. Okay? Good. Good. And as they're doing this, I'm going to just kind of explain. You notice that I do a lot of like, hey, as high as you can, as fast as you can, right? Like we like to play on the in-range things. Because again, we want our setters to be strong. We want our setters to be able to deliver a ball fast. And I feel like if you push them outside of their kind of comfort zone, you're going to have to kind of naturally get yourself to a strong hand position or a strong core position to be able to do some of these certain skills. So we like to say, hey, go as high as we can, right? Go as high as we can, or go as fast as we can, go as fast as we can. And then we'll actually work on, okay, let's find our actual medium zone stuff. That's what we would add in the hitters and actually start with something. But when we do a lot of setter training, we play on the ends of stuff. Because it breaks our muscle memory, kind of. You have to do something severe enough and different enough that it gets you out of your muscle memory and your habits to be able to actually learn something. Okay? Cool. Alright, so here's another thing that we're going to do, right? Now we can just set the ball however you want. You can do whatever tempo you're comfortable with, okay? But I want us to not necessarily face outside. I want us to get up on the net, and I want us to either face the net here, or you can either be facing over here, and we're going to be side-setting. Okay, so I can be up here, watch the pass come in, side-set it into the net like this, or I can just be off here, and instead of turning that way, I'm going to side-set it like this. Okay, basically anywhere from here to here, you get to pick. But you're going to do 2 balls, pick 2 different angles. Try to be different every time. Okay, go. Okay, and again, this is something that we really like to emphasize in all my programs is, yes, we want to be ideally setting up the outside every time, but when we start working on running hoops, your goal in the center is to set the ball, right? And so if we can get good at, hey, I can't square up to this ball right now, but I can still get my hands to it and deliver a decent ball in the side set, if the pass is 15, 20 feet off the net, great. And we're going to train that as much as we can, right? And this is also a great skill to have of, okay, hey, maybe I'm really tight to the net and I can't square up as normal, so I turn and try to side set a ball wherever I can, right? So it's not something that we're expecting them to do like X amount of times per game, but it's just a little thing to add to their toolbox, and it kind of breaks up the monotony of, hey, we're just going to grind through the same thing over and over again, whereas we can still focus on some of those principles of, hey, no matter which way I started, train tracks the target, and then I'm thinking fast release, right? And so they're still getting active touches, and honestly, it's putting themselves and their body in a new, uncomfortable position, and they kind of just have to figure it out, right? And so it's just going to help kind of open up this creativity of the setting. Okay. Good, we'll do a few more. And I would do this for both right side and outside. A lot of times we'll get multiple targets up as well, and be able to have them kind of choose, or we might say, hey, you have to set the short string set, the one you're closer to, or the long string set, the one that you're further from, so that way they're challenging, pushing themselves. Good, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get me a target out here on the outside, and let's get a little bit warmed up for our next thing as well. So let me get some actual hitters that are over here. Okay, if you're the outside ball and you get the outside set now, you can actually hit it. Okay, y'all ready to go. If not, just dip some, warm up a little bit before you go into it. Okay, we're going to leave the center target here on the right side, but now we have the option. And so what I want us to do is we're trying to intentionally pass either over here or over here. Okay, and we're going to set the short string ball right now. Okay, short string meaning I'm going to set the one I'm closer to. Okay, a lot of people practice this, and a lot of people don't know when to implement it. So I'll discuss really quick when to do it. And there's basically 2 things that teams will do with their middles, right? Some teams will keep their middles in base no matter what, right? And they're just going to say, hey, sit here, don't run the middle. And then some teams let their middles move a little bit preset, right? And so if I see, hey, the center's moving that way, and I move this way as middle, right? We would not want to set short string, because they're basically following, they're already closed that way, so we want to go long string. But short string sets are actually very valuable when teams leave their middles in the middle of the court. So if I say, hey, I'm going to stay here, the setter's running that way, it's a shorter distance for the ball to travel, that's a faster set than if we chuck it all the way back across over here for that person. Okay? And so understanding like, hey, these are kind of when we want to implement that are going to be super helpful, I'd say, into just your offensive game planning. Okay? Cool, so we're going to pass the ball either to the left or the right, and then you set the short string ball. So if you're on the right side of the court, set behind. If you're over here, set the outside on the go. Okay? Go. Good, 2 passers up. Nice. Okay, set to go. Love it. Hitters, be loud, call for it. Nice, be loud, give your setters confidence by calling for it, let them know you're going to terminate it. Good. Good. Y'all don't have to pass to the left every time. Y'all can pass some to the right side. If they pass to the right, you got to set behind. Good. Tracks them, just flick the ball, find it, follow your hands into the target. Forward, good. Behind, good. I want you to follow that ball a little bit more, okay? So see it come out of your hands and see it go to the target. Good. Good. Make sure we're getting up to our center target quick. We don't want to hang out in zone 2. We should be between zone 2 and zone 3. I like that one better. That one was a lot better. Great job. Nice. Good. Make sure we see where this ball is going and see where this pass is at before we start moving. Good. Good. While they're going, I'm going to let them keep going through this. I'm just going to talk about footwork a little bit, right? So we have footwork and things listed on there. Some people are really big sticklers on you have to do left, right every single time. If you watch the best teams in the world, if you watch the Olympics, basically everybody thinks that and says, no, I don't think so. And they do whatever they want every time, right? If you watch men's volleyball and even our women's national team now, a lot of the setters are going right, left, and jump setting, right? It is something that is very different. We will work on practicing different things just to help develop a consistent rhythm. But we'll work on right foot pivot, we'll work on left right, we'll work on free hop, we'll work on right left even. And ultimately we kind of try to find a couple things that the kids are good with and comfortable with and let them ride it out. Right? We don't like to force them into a specific mold because again, you can go online, you can go watch the Olympics from last year, you can go look it up on YouTube, you go watch any college or professional volleyball team. It's actually very kind of different each time the way that they're taking the ball and approaching the ball, right? But it's a means to an end, so we want to be able to practice different patterns. But ultimately, I feel like as long as we're getting to that consistent spot, that's what's most important, right? And so if I'm working middle school camps, if I'm working more for freshmen, yeah, sure, I might talk about, okay, well, we're coming off the net, we're going to go left, right, or we might do left, right, free hop, and then go for it. But especially once they start developing, right, I kind of want to free my setters up and play a little bit more. Because when we play a little rigid, I feel like sometimes we shrink their box of where they could be making a play. Okay? All right, we're going to go for about a minute 30 seconds, and then we'll move on to bump setting. Nice, love that. Good, get to it early, love that. Looks much better. Get our feet to it early. Nice. Keep those elbows in, push it hard for target. Good. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and do a big shot, and then we can move this target off the board. And we're going to talk a little bit about bump setting now. Okay. Actually, before we talk about bump setting, let's all come over here. I'll just talk about generally how I teach out of system setting using your hands for our pins and bros and everybody. Okay, so you all come over here. Everybody. Cool. So a lot of times, a very simple drill I'll do to work on out of system hitting is I'll just get ball cards here in middle back. Everybody gets to hit, everybody gets to set, and I'll have 2 ball cards going, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to be right here, and I'm just setting a high ball, right? After I set, I go hit. After I hit, I get to the other setting line. Okay, but I'm very particular, oftentimes watching the setters, is I like to say that we're setting this ball 2 feet off the net, 2 to 3 feet inside, right? It might be very different than people's 5 and 5 or things you've traditionally heard, right? But the tighter we can get the ball, right, very similar to how Sam talked yesterday, the hitter has the advantage, right? The further off the net, the less likely we are to get a kill, the more likely we are to get an error. Yes, we're likely to get setting errors and different things like that, or we might get stuff blocked, but I'm okay taking that risk with my programs, right? I want to set this ball high, and high is the most important thing. Inside is the second most important thing. As soon as it's out beyond the antenna, right, we're cutting away some of the cord, right, and then tight, right, relatively tight. And if you go all the way up to, again, college men's game, it's like, hey, we're setting this ball 1 foot off the net, right? For me, I say 2 or 3 still, and, we kind of talk about leeway and where people are at. If I have somebody that's like, nails, and you put the ball right where I want, I'm like, you're going to put the ball right here. And I tell my hitters, like, you're going to trust me, right, that they're going to put it there, right? Now, we'll also work on our hitter toolkit of, hey, whenever this ball is a little bit too tight, should I just whale this ball into the block? No, maybe not. I can push the ball, I can recycle it, right? I can use high hands. There's other options that I have. But ultimately, one of the successes of my high school team this past season is I feel like we were very good at a system, right? We rarely gave free balls because we put aggressive sets up on that second contact, and that really helped push our girls where even though we didn't have the biggest hitters, they were able to find hands, they were able to do stuff, or at the very least, make a tough tip that the setter's going to have to pick up or cause problems, okay? So, we won't demo that because we don't have much time, but I'm going to show us bump setting now. So all of y'all come back here behind the end line. Y'all all get to do this. All right. This one is going to seem very crazy. This one is how Japan teaches bump setting, right? This is, Poland started doing it, and some other countries have. There's so many different ways and things to do this, but I find, again, basically anywhere in the court, especially on a doubles arm called, I usually want my girls using their hands to out of system set, right? So if we can get our hands to it, great, because we're going to be more accurate. And so a rotating this ball in front of the 10-foot line, or two, like it is a shanked ball, and we are very, very, very far away from where we need to be. Okay? And so here's how we're going to practice this right now. We're going to all scoot over here a little bit, and you're just going to get a ball tossed in, and then let me get like one or two targets. Give me two targets. Y'all get to do this. Okay? And you're going to rotate your body, and you're going to imagine that your body, right, is basically swinging a baseball bat. That is your platform. Okay? So we're going to think a couple things here. My platform stays facing the ceiling, right? And so I'm going to be making this motion as I go to bump set, right? But I am rotating through this ball. Like I'm literally swinging a baseball bat. So I'm not doing this where I'm bending over the shoulder or doing anything crazy, right? I'm doing this. And it should be putting a little bit of backspin on the ball as I'm taking this ball and giving it out to my target, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect right now, but we're just sending it out that way, and then we're going to go ahead and get the next target and work our way through, okay? Just rapid fire, just toss it right to them wherever they're at. Okay? Cool, go quick, go quick. That's okay if we go over, right? But again, I'm thinking, listen, platform isn't here, right? Platform's facing the ceiling, so I'm cutting underneath the ball. Nope. Turn, cut underneath it, yeah. And I want you to finish with your belly button facing the target. Finish with your belly button facing the target. Turn your body, belly button to target. High, high, high. Remember, out of system, we care more about high than forward. Don't turn your arms over. Good, I like that. Good. Good. Love that one. That was really good. Good. Turn. Don't just go with the arms. Go with your whole body. Good. Okay. Pause for a second. Okay. Still seeing a little bit of turnover, right? Big thing, right? I'm imagining my arms are in front of my belly button no matter what. I'm not allowed to pull them out to the side. I'm here to here. That's it. So I want to think finish with my belly button facing my target, and then I want to think high. So literally just go up towards the ceiling as we do this. Okay? Better to be too high than too far right now. Okay? Keep going. Turn. Turn and face. Okay, better. But think high, not forward. Think high, not forward. Turn. Not with your arms, with your body. With your body. Pivot with your body. Good. I like that. Just do that way higher. That was really good. Good. I like that. That's okay. That was better. We're getting there. It just kind of skipped weird. Yes. Good. That was great. Good. Good. Love it. Good. Good. Okay, cool. Let's pause for a second. We're going to keep our outside target over here. And now we're going to be a little bit further away, right? So we're going to come over here, right? And then coaches, what you're going to do is you're just going to toss it like here. And I'm literally going to do that same thing from all the way back here. Okay? We'll play with it, put it really high. That's the most important thing. Yep, just start right there. You just set it. Good. Yes, okay. Good. Good. Pause for a second. Good, okay. So again, right, I want to think more about moving my body now through this ball, right? Using my hips and my body a little bit more. So instead of just here coming with my arms, right, let's move through it and still, again, finishing with my platform and my belly button here, right? So feel a little bit looser, almost feel like it's a run through, like I'm running through this corner, right? And I'm going to push the ball like this, where I'm pivoting my body around the ball, okay? So finish through the ball, think about getting around it with your body. Go. Good. 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 Move through it. Move through it. We're still kind of just standing there. That's all right. That was great. Scoreboard. Basketball goal. Love it. Good. Good. Toss them over here more so they have to, yeah, that way they really have to run through it now. Make it tough for them. Run through it. Good. Make a play. Just like Coach Sam was talking about yesterday. We need to be able to make a play wherever it's at. Run around it. Pivot. Good. Okay, we're getting there. Good. Getting on our platform still. Run through it. Good. Nice. That was nearly perfect. I love that. Good. Good. Okay, last ball. Last ball again. Last ball again. We got to end on a better one. End on a better one. Come on. End on a better one. Let's go. All right, I like that one. That was great. Okay, cool. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause to the girls really quick. I know we probably have a lot of questions. Not that you these last few minutes to talk, but really great job, right? I know that y'all are probably like, this is crazy. This never would actually work, right? If you you watch the college station setter, Blair Peabody, I coached her in club last year, and we spent a lot of time working on this. She's already an unbelievable setter. She's committed to Louisville to go play volleyball. But this is one thing that after like 2 lessons or 2 practices, she picked this up, and she can comfortably deliver a ball from right back to right here almost every single time, right? And she's extremely talented at this, but again, this goes back to the idea of when we're bump setting, it's usually only in extreme scenarios. That's what I want for my team, right? Everybody else inside the court, we should probably be trying to take this ball with our hands as much as possible. So would I be doing this with my liberos right here in tempo like that, right? I'm like, do whatever's comfortable and consistent. Some people are like, back bumping. I'm like, I don't love that. I'm like, but if you're really good with it, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to change it. Some people are hip to hip. Like, great. But I want us to be really good about how can we take a crazy ball in a crazy scenario and be able to still possibly get a hit, right? So I don't want my second touch going over there, and then we're so worried or afraid that we get the ball 5 feet off the ground and it's 5 feet in from the end line, and then it's like, we're lucky to send a free ball. I'd rather just chuck it up to the ceiling and let somebody try to go make a play. Okay? Cool, so one more round of applause for these girls. All right, y'all go ahead and sit down, and then before y'all sit down, y'all help just shag these balls up, and then I'm here for any questions y'all have about anything. Right? This can be, we talked about technical stuff. If you want to talk about strategy or anything as well, or how it actually runs stuff with hitters more, like I'm totally open to whatever you have for any questions for any session. So, anybody? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I've done it, right? So I got to do it in my previous school, and I did it with my camps as well. I'll have them start really close. But I think it's just, again, something that, one, it's kind of new and exciting and fun, and 2, it teaches them that, like, hey, even though our hands might be a little bit smaller, like, I want us to be able to take it right here, and as we progress and get stronger, like, I'm not taking this ball in my hand, it's going to be up on my fingertips, and honestly, a lot of why I do it is it gets our elbow position a little bit better, right? Now, it might be different from person to person, because sometimes when we're setting a really, really high ball, it kind of is going to be tough on that, so I like to tell them to go fingers behind the ball, and then from there, once I have the whole hand, we can talk about getting under it and setting the high ball. But I definitely done it at the middle school level, and just kind of like laying the foundation stones, because it's not something that I would do for an hour every single time, but I might do it for 5 minutes at the start of practice. It's just part of our warm-up. So, yeah. Do you have a question? Yeah. You say that again? Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that we did here is stuff that we would just do in a setter-only training, right? Again, our out-of-system stuff that we would do is, like I said, I would do a lot of out-of-system where I'm having them take the ball. But a lot of times, if we can, after we kind of set the baseline of this is our tempo where we want to be, I'm going to very much do a setting kind of focused drill, but I'm going to actually have our live hitters on there, right? So instead of using our setting targets, right, I'm going to incorporate my right side outside, and that's also what I will incorporate strategy. Again, maybe we're playing a team this week, like I said, where their middle's following. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go long string every ball, right? So I have my libero or DS back here passing to my 4 dots. And every single time, that setter, I'm not telling them, they need to know when I'm here, I'm setting this ball outside. When I'm here, I'm setting this ball outside. As soon as I move forward, I'm setting behind as much as possible, right? And then maybe we're playing a team that doesn't do that. They leave the middle and the front. So it's like, okay, we're going to go short string as much as possible. But I just like to add our hitters there where we start getting live reps and hitting as well. And then I'll even progress that as well if we're getting closer to playoffs. I'm like, okay, we're going to have blockers now, right? But we're going to have, JV kids pulled up for playoffs. They're going to help these scouts. So I'm telling them, you're just following, right? Like, I put 2 middles out there. Like, we're never getting a single block against this team, right? Let's go ahead and have 2 blockers out there. And so levels of progression as much as possible. Yes. Yes. For our setters setting those middles out of system. No. So in the medium system, yes, and that's a great question. So part of where we break down the easy, medium, or in system, medium system, and out of system is everywhere on these X's, I want our middles involved, right? A lot of times we'll talk about for my systems personally, which you're like me, you're welcome. Anytime our setter's more than 5 feet off, I want our middle to audible to a gap or a 3 every time, because it's very, very difficult to be on a 1 or a quick in front. Or if we're ever in a 5-1, we're going to be on the slide 80% of the time. I'll tell you that right now. But anytime anytime we're doing this medium system stuff is we'll do a lot of middle center stuff early in the year. It might just be 30 minutes after practice, where I'm just working on, hey, how can I set the three from here? How can I set the three from here? And so really I like to say, anywhere within this medium system zone, I want our middles to always be an option, right? It doesn't have to be a crushed ball, a bounce ball that's as hard as possible. But if we can work on tipping the ball, shoving the ball, or just making decent contact at like a volume 7 out of 10 swing, that's going to be super helpful for us. Because I want it very even split. I want about a third of my attacks on the outside, a third on the right side, a third in the middle, which also includes my big for my team. So, yeah. Anybody else?
All right, thank you again. Everybody's going to stand up.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, we're going to give you about 5 minutes. We're going to kind of cut this back 5 minutes to get some drinks, bathroom, and stretch your legs. Big prize winner here for a Yeti backpack cooler. Yeti backpack cooler 568255. 568255. Nobody? Must be present. Guys? Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. Next one, 568220. 568220. Here, take that to Travis. 220. Come on down. All right, we got about 5 minutes till we get going with Miguel and Lessa. Okay, we're going to get started again. We've been asked about the shirts that the girls are wearing, so we're going to start auctioning off some of the shirts as well. We've got some extras, and so we'll try to give away some of those. So, as I mentioned again, in between breaks and at lunchtime, you can go over and have conversations with the elite competitor people. Amy's over there and kind of explain stuff that's going on with there. I'm really encouraging everybody, if you haven't had an opportunity to go listen to the Fight people, find out what they have to offer, make sure that you reference that you were here, and that way we can kind of try to get that going. They've done a fantastic job in the Houston area, and now they're expanding into the Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin markets, and we're trying to get that up to speed. It's my ambition to kind of get that. We're super excited about partnering up with them. All right, so this next person, without further ado, I know this guy for over 25 years. I only say that because he's been coaching for 25 years. This next guy is the head coach at Westlake High School. He was the coach at Regents High School. He's been a club coach throughout the duration of that time period. He's had 8 state appearances and 1 state championship at the TAPS level, and then went to the state UAL Final Four this year at 6A. He's had tremendous success in the club world as well, qualified several teams in Open, et cetera, et cetera. More so, we've been really good friends for a long time. I'm super excited about getting a chance to listen to him. I can tell you one of the things I've been most impressed with Miguel is his cerebral approach to the game. If you ever get a couple minutes to have a conversation with him, his IQ for the game and his thought process and what he's doing is really, really high level. So at lunch, pull him aside, bend his ear. The guy is really, really next level when it comes to the intellect of the game, and I've always been a huge fan of his, especially from a defensive standpoint. So, anyway, without further ado, Miguel Saenz from Westlake High School.
How's it going, guys? Hey, players, y'all come on. Let's go on this side over here. The coaches are going to start directing you guys here in just a second. Hey, I just want to quickly introduce my assistants. Got Amanda Yeager, Carrie Ann Hyman, Caitlin Donahue. They work with me and they put up with me all the time. So, all right. I also want to thank Michael and the TVI staff. Thanks for the invite. Honored to be here. I'm here to teach you guys how I teach my players how to read. Right? Most of the time, people think it's just talk about defensive reads, but it's not. Kylie, sorry. I got 3 players here that got to sit out for an hour. Anyways, but every player has reads, or every position on the court has reads. You know, centers need to be reading middle blockers if they can pass the ball to the net. Passers need to be reading servers. Hitters need to be reading blockers. Blockers need to be reading hitters. And so this is good for everybody. Also, this is a skill. All right, this isn't just something that players get over time as they get more experience. This is a skill that you guys can actually teach, right? And it can start as early as 7th, even 6th grade, and we'll do some drills that can incorporate everybody. And by the end, we'll kind of do some more advanced type of reads, right? But what is reading? This is in your notes. You know, it's just a skill. Like I said, it's a skill that allows athletes to gather information about a specific situation on the court. They analyze it, and then they try to anticipate the most likely outcome. They try to anticipate the most likely outcome. They're not going to get it right every time, but it's the most likely outcome. So they see something, they are anticipating what is about to happen. Something as simple as a setter, ball past the setter sends it outside the antenna, and we're asking our defensive players to make a read, anticipate the most likely outcome, which is going to be a hit cross court. If you guys can just kind of ignore them here for just a second, they're just being taught the drill that we're about to do so we can get through it. 3 things, coach says, that you have to do if you want to teach your players how to read. This is really about you. It's not really about them picking it up. It's about you coaching a different way. The first thing you have to do, coaches, is you have to get control of their eyes. You have to get control of your eyes. If you do not know what your players are looking at, you have 0 chance of teaching them how to read. You have to look at their eyes. Imagine if you're teaching your middles to run a slide, and you're teaching them right? You can't give feedback, right, to a middle if you're not looking at their feet. So you as coaches, you actually have to look at what they're looking at. You're going to be surprised when you stop watching the ball, what your players are doing. If you actually look at your players' eyeballs and see what they're looking at, you'll be able to give them feedback. But it starts there. You coaches can't do that. You're going to have a hard time teaching them how to read, and you just got to hope that they get it as they get older. The second thing that you have to do is you have to get them to open their mouths. They have to speak. They have to speak. It's the only way that us coaches can know what's going on in their minds. So you have to create an environment in practice where teaching is mandatory, it's expected, and they're comfortable doing it. I basically say to my players all the time, say whatever you see. Say what you see. And then the third thing, which isn't in your notebook, is you got to create drills that puts them in situations where they have to make decisions. All right. And so we're going to start off with some drills here. First one, go ahead, you guys can get started here. Hey, girls, if you guys can come back towards the net a little bit. Towards the net. I want you guys at 20 feet. 20 feet, so halfway between the 10-foot line and the circle line. And go ahead and get started with this drill. This is a simple warm-up drill. The people at the net are passing the ball to themselves, and they're showing two things. They either put two hands up in the air, they go two hands up in the air, they have to set the ball deep. Or they pass themselves and they go one hand in the air. And if they do one hand in the air, they have to tip short. We'll see how they're doing. We'll see if they're anticipating or if they're reacting. Okay, can we get a little closer? To that? Okay, now players that are defending, I need you to say short and deep. There you go, we got one. Just go ahead and say short and deep. Okay, we got one in middle back who's actually reading, and she's making it look easy. She can cover 20 feet of the court, and she's anticipating. We have two on the side that are reacting to the ball. They're not actually reading. Okay, hey, let's hold the ball for a second. Okay, let's see if we can find this here. Good job. Finley's the one reading. So this drill, it will look really easy if they're actually reading. If they're not, they're going to be reacting to the ball, and they're not going to be able to cover 20 feet of the court. And so the quality of their touches are going to be really bad because they're always in emergency mode. So what I want you guys to do is when the passer's passing to themselves, is get your eyes at their hands. They got two hands up in the air. You don't have to wait for them to go deep. You already know the rules, right? You know if they get two hands up in the air, they're going deep. If they have one hand up, they're coming short. So you should be moving before contact. You're anticipating, you're looking at the right things, what they're doing. Let's see if we can make this look a little bit easier. Go ahead. You have the net, show it early. Show it early. Okay, hey, let's stop. Okay, I see the problem here. So you guys at the net, you're not trying to trick them. So if you're passing yourself and your hands are down, at the very last second you're putting your hand up. Go ahead and show it really early. Pass the ball to yourself and just stand with one hand up. Pass the ball to yourself, stand with two hands up. Be really, really obvious with it. All right, go. Good. And let's try to keep the ball in the court. Good. Get back to base. Good. This looks a lot better now. Quality of the touches, it makes it casual. You can do this 60 seconds. All right, let's switch. If you're just passing against the net, if you're at the net, get off the net. All right, let's see. Look at their eyes. Don't watch the ball, guys. Watch their eyeballs. See if they're looking at the right thing. Simple warm-up drill. You can do this elementary, middle school, doesn't matter if you're freshman, varsity level. I usually do this for 60 seconds, and I switch, and I do like 2 or 3 rounds. After this, they're tired, they're huffing and puffing, but they're engaged. They're not casual talk. Keeps them focused. They're saying short and deep. I can help them because I can hear them when they're talking. Good anticipation. Good, get back to things. Good. All right, easy drill. Here's that, girls. Good job. Okay, over here. Don't get stuck peppering. Okay, pepper. This is a double-edged sword here. Pepper can kill your practice, or it can really, really help your practice. Some people love it, some people hate it. I hate it if it looks like this. All right, so it's really casual. They start chatting about their day at school and what happened. It's unfocused. It looks like they're just going through the motion. Sometimes they can keep the ball up alive for a good solid 15 minutes doing this, but they're not getting better. All right. If your practice starts like this, then good luck trying to get some focus. Okay, so let's try to fix this here. All right, let's stop here. Let's try to add a reading component to peppering. Okay, first of all, I need you to say what you see. Say everything that you see, right? I want you to say everything that happens. Up, tip, short, deep. Is she balanced? Is she not balanced? If you're hitting a ball, if you get a ball that's set to you and you're balanced, go ahead and take a good swing. But if you're off balance, maybe she set it behind you, I want you to tip the ball. Okay? So defenders, you are reading whether or not she is balanced, and if she's balanced, you're dug in, ready to take a ball, and if she's off balance, be ready for a tip. But more importantly, I want you guys to say everything that you see. Is she off balance? She's tipping. If the ball's up, go, and do not let the ball hit the floor. Are we good? All right, let's see. Let's try to make a better environment here. Okay, let's stop. So, saying mine is not speaking what you see. I want you to actually say what you're seeing. So when she's passing the ball, she should be saying pass, hey, set, hit, down. Say what you actually see. All right, go. Okay, go. Good, go. Stay in athletic posture the whole time. More talking, don't let the ball start. Good, stay up, set. She's balanced, right? Stay, she's balanced or not. Hey, look at their eyes, coaches. Look at their eyes. Watch this one here. She's not watching her teammate. She's staring at the ball the whole time, right? She's just passing. She has no clue what her partner is doing. She doesn't know she's balanced, she doesn't know she's hitting, she doesn't know she's sitting, right? Hey, let's get your eyes off the ball. Look at her. Ready? Set the ball. Now look at her. What's she doing? Down. Good. Are you ready? Now look at your hitter. Down. Good. Stop down. Good. Put your eyes off the ball and look at the hitter. We got another ball watcher over here. Another ball watcher. So I want you to look at your partner. All right, look at the hitter. Good. Yep. All right, if pepper looks like this, you can add a third person. You guys can stop. You're good. You can add a third person to three-man pepper. I usually add a scoring component. So every time the ball hits the floor, you get a point. You don't want points. It really keeps them engaged, focused, and kicking the ball, hanky, and not just letting it drop. If you get them to speak what they see, they're not talking about their day and the test that they did poorly on or whatever happened in class. If you pepper like that, it's engaging. You can get reading, they're going through the motions, and they're focused, and they're locked in, and they're ready to go for practice. All right? Good job. All right, here's a more game-like type of reading. I call these popcorn drills. Popcorn drills are just drills where people are popping in and out of the game. Yeah, everybody can be in this drill here except for good. Hey, yeah, good. All right, so popcorn drills, just making it where, just kind of watch their eyes, guys. See if any of the players actually look on the other side of the net. Just watch this for a second. We're going to fix it. So watch, look, she's staring at her pass. Okay, she did look at the other side of the net. She told it to her. That was good. Watch her eyes. Watching her pass. She's watching the set. She's watching the hit. She never once looked at the other side of the net. Looking at her pass. Looking at her set. Okay. So how are we supposed to score when we don't know where the weak defenders are, right? You gotta have people looking at the other side of the net. We're gonna fix it in just a second. I'll show you how. Let's watch the people on this side here. Remember, we gotta get control of their eyes. Look, she's watching the pass. She's watching the set. She has no clue what's going on up here. Come on, tell them. Pass. All right, let's stop. Okay. Hey, let's stop. So we want to try to win games, right? We want to try to be efficient with our scoring. when we're giving the ball to the other side, we want to hit it to the weaker defenders, right? We want to try to score, but hit it to the weaker defenders. Well, how do we know where the weaker defenders are? Girls, I'm asking. What? Yeah, we have to watch. So here's the rule of this game here. If you are the first person to touch the ball, you have to look on the other side. And I don't know anybody's names, and you guys probably don't know anybody's names either. So let's do this. I want you to locate the tallest person on the court. So in this case, it's their left back. And I want you to say, she's hitting the ball, cross. It's her hitting the ball, right? Line. But I want to try to get the ball to this side. We're going to play games of 10. If the first person who touches is not top, they automatically lose. So now we touch the ball and we're looking. Okay, we're looking over here and we're telling the hitter. If there's blockers, obviously it'd be like hit line, hit cross. We got 2 blocks, we got 3 blocks, but we've got to get control of their eyes. Let's see if we can do this. All right, players, if you touch the ball first and you don't tell your teammate where to hit the ball, you automatically lose the rally. All right, here we go. This side, tell it. Up. And you lost. Stop. She lost. She never once looked over here. She just said line because she saw it before. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. Tallest person on the team. All right, location, tallest person. And tell her where to go. Cross. Good. And then try to listen hitters to your teammate if you need help. Look on that side. Oh. No, hey, stop. Tell me your name. What is it? Layton never said she touched the ball first, and she never told her hitter where to hit. All right, let's keep on going. We'll get this eventually. Tell her, look that way. Tell her where to hit. There you go. That was better. Good. Look that way. There you go. Good. Look this way. No. You're just guessing. Cross which way? The shortest person, tallest person. Right? Right now we're going to try to attack the tallest person on the team. All right, let's go. Keep going. All right, look that way now. And now tell her where to hit. Good. Look this way. Oh, you never look this way. And stop. You lost. Stop. You lost the rally. Here we go. She never even said a word. Never even looked on the other side of the net. Go. And you start doing this drill. They eventually will start to get it. Okay, let's stop. Let's get 2 now on the floor, 2 on the floor, and 2 lines. 2 on the floor and 2 lines. 2 on the floor and 2 lines. Okay, a little bit harder. When that becomes easy, you want to challenge them. Now they get 2 contacts only. Still, the first person has to speak. When you got 3 contacts, they have time, right? You got that first contact, they can look and analyze. They got that second contact, the brains can still think, and they can tell them. This one's going to be a lot harder. You're going to have to play the ball and quickly look at the other side of the net. Let's go. Let's attack the ball to the best hitter. I know you don't know each other, but we want to hit the ball to the best hitter so that hitter can't hit the ball back in. All right. So I know you guys don't know each other, so just pretend who the best hitter is. And figure it out. All right. Here we go. Let's go. 2 touches only. Camille. Good. Look that way. Good. There you go. Ball. 2 touches only. Look this way. And you gotta speak louder. Look that way. Good. Oh, that's all right. Now we got that better hitter hitting now. That's why they scored. We're gonna try to take their best hitter out by hitting the ball to their best hitter. Good. Good. Here we go. So that's all right. Free ball it. Look that way. Look at their best hitter in line. Good. Take the best hitter out. Perfect. We want their weaker hitter hitting back at them. We can only do this kind of stuff if they're looking at the players, looking on the other side of the net, and making decisions. Good. You got a setter now hitting. Oh, it's lost. Stop. Lost. You never spoke for a teammate. Go. Keep going. Good. That's all right. All right, we're good. I think we're good. All right, good job. So you'll notice that the drills, this really isn't about the drills. If you're taking notes on like, hey, 3 on, come up, you can really run is about you coaching them a different way. It's about you actually making sure they're accountable and making decisions. So it doesn't matter the drill you run. I just randomly pick this one. It could be any kind of pepper drill. It could be any kind of open net competition drill. It just really is about you changing the way you coach and engaging their eyes and asking them to make a decision. And be active. I mean, I'm in the court saying, hey, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? I'm out of their way. I'm being safe about it. But it really helps them start thinking that way. All right, good job. Next one is Donnie. Where's Donnie? Okay, she's good. Okay, you guys can step off now. I just have, everybody on the floor. You guys can hang out over there and just help Shaq for a second. Okay, we're going to learn how to read servers. So this is a really good passing drill. Passing drills, it's always about their feet, their technique, and their platform angles, and we completely ignore the mental side, the reading side of passing. So I'm going to prove a point to you guys. Tell me your name. Karina. Is this on? Check. I'm going to prove a point to you. Karina's a setter. She's a setter. Setters are the least trained in service seat passers, right? They have the least amount of reps passing. So I'm going to use a setter to prove a point that this isn't just a DS or an outside hitter thing. I could have used a middle blocker. What we're going to eventually do is get Karina to cover the entire court. So right now she's about 3 feet away from the coach. Coach is going to serve the ball over her head. I'm going to hold the mic here. She is going to say where she served the ball. Now Karina only has this much space to make that determination. Because the ball is behind her, she can't see it anymore. So she has this much space, which is about that much time, right there, for her to read her angle, direction, the speed of her arm, the contact point, all of those things. And she's going to struggle at first, but I'll give her about 30 seconds, and she'll just start rolling them off like it's nothing. Okay, but you got to get them to look at these things. So let's just see how she does. What I want you to do is to try to call out your right or your left. So you 6 things. You can say she served deep to the right, deep middle, deep left, your right. Okay, you don't have to say right back, left back. You can say short right, short middle, short left. You got it? Okay, let's see it. Hey, somebody keep feeding her balls. Keep feeding her balls. All right. Okay, so you see how long that took her? Okay. Well, she's going to start to get better and better, and before you know it, the ball's going to be right at her head. She's going to be doing. All right, let's keep on going. You got that? Was good? I'm going a little faster, Donnie. Good. A little faster. Good. Be even quicker with the read. Right. Good. Short right. Good. Quickly change it. She do it right away. Short middle. Good. This is with 2 feet in front of her. Right. She's going to get them all right now. She's actually reading now. At first she was just guessing. Now she's actually reading her. Right. Good. That's right. Let's go 3 more. Short middle. Good. Easy stuff now. Deep left. All right. We're good. Let's move back to the 10th line. Okay. Hey, good job. That was good. Hey, this is a setter here. She's not a trained passer. And that amount of time, she already knew where the server was serving just in that drill. Now she has more time to read. Now she has less of an excuse to get this wrong, right? She has all this space. If she gets this wrong, I'll be shocked, okay? All right, let's see it. Right. Deep middle. Short left. One more. All right, let's get back over there. You're actually going to pass now. Okay, the whole court. Yeah, the whole court. Okay, we have one passer, non-trained passer, who's going to be able to cover the whole court if she's actually reading. If she's reading. If she's not, if she goes back here, she just goes back to reacting. She won't be able to cover the whole court. This is one person. You'll see how much court she covers. She may not make good passes because she's not a passer, but she's going to at least be able to get her hands onto her platform or something to every single ball. All right, you ready? I'll be your target. Yeah, good. Go, keep on going. Back to the middle. She's going to cover the entire court that she's reading right now. Good. That's great. And she's going to get balls that she has no business getting to in the game. She's going to have teammates. Good. Keep on going. This is a setter. She's not a passer. She can cover the entire everybody talks midline, angles, drop the hips. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to talk about techniques. Implement whatever technique you want. We have a setter who is covering the entire court. Okay. Can I add one more person with her? Get two on the court. Anybody? You guys are paying attention. All right. Now, if you have two people that are actually reading the server, it's almost impossible to get hits. It's really, really difficult. It has to be a really good flow. They have bad technique. It's not because they're not getting to the ball. So I know you're just starting this, but make sure you're reading. So let's see if we can do this. Go ahead. Good. Here we go. Good. They're reading easy reads here. Yeah, see, she even said it. Before the serve was even going, she already saw that. Okay, let's stop for a second. I just want to ask you guys, speak where you guys can hear them. How did you, let me start with you. How did you figure it out so quickly?
I saw like the way that her body was turned.
So she saw the way that her body was turned. What else?
I saw like the
Speed of her arm. What else? Not a trick question. Anything you saw?
I never saw it.
Where she was facing. How did you pick it up in 2 seconds?
I saw her foot.
Oh, she was looking at her feet. Okay, what else? Anything else? Her hand? All right, good. Thanks, guys. Hey, Mike, I'm done with this. Mike, you want? Mike? Good job. So, whatever service systems you run and cover seams and 2 passers, 3 passers, 4 passers, if you can just get them, you can get their control of their eyes, you can see right there how quickly it makes a difference in service seam passing, right? You just have to be a coach that is looking at what they're looking at, right? And most coaches, I get it, we're over here, we're like, your platform angles, we're looking at this, and we never, as coaches, thought to look at the server and say, dude, where was she taking her angle of approach on her jump serve, right? Was her arm speed fast? Was it slow? We don't think about coaching the mind. You're so into the physical that if you can add this to the physical, you have really, really, really good service team passing. Is that fair? Good. Any questions about that? Okay, good job, girls. Good put. 25 minutes. Okay. Defensive reads. Okay, I'm going to need a lot of people here. You guys ready? Okay, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and set this up for a second. Let's use this side. Let's start with left back players here. Let's have hitters lead this way. And then, Jaeger, can you set up 4 antennas right there really fast? Get the first antenna at the maybe about right now. Okay. So I want to spend majority of the time on this defense. Defense is just really complicated. If I have time at the end, I'll try to get into some setting and maybe even some blocking. But I want to spend majority of the time on these defensive reads here. Okay. And I'll show you. We'll just get to it. Okay. So can I have one more blocker? I need a third blocker. Can I have you waiting on the side, and then you stand behind her, and then you take 1 step out. Okay, here's what we have. In our gym, we block ball, and I'm going to show you. If you don't use my blocking philosophy, that's fine. I'll show you a variation when we get over there in a second. But we like to block ball, really aggressive blockers, and so our blockers are, they're not predictable on whether or not they're taking the line away or taking the cross away or those sorts of things. So I understand that some of you coaches, you have blockers that are stationary. Like, I don't care where the ball is set. I want you to take this part of the court away. We'll work on that in just a second. But right now, we got 2 different reads. Hey, can I have some liberos at left back, please? Some liberos at left back. All right, so we have a stationary blocker here. Back up for just a second. When the ball's in the air, hey, can you toss them about right here? Easy toss. And your job is to try to toss the ball in this window. This blocker here is just going to make a decision. She's either going to decide to block here, and we go straight up, leaving the line open, or she's going to decide to step here and take the line away. That's it. Blockers, they'll just be random with it. After you guys hit, you're going to be blockers. Got it? You'll be the back blocker, the stationary blocker to go hit. After you hit, you'll later. Okay, 2 reads. Hitters, you're reading the block. So go ahead and block line. If the block, no, not you, you're the stationary blocker. She decides to block line. Then the line is closed. My job as a hitter is to read that's closed, and I'm going off of the hand or I'm taking the ball. Okay, so that's an easy read for a hitter. It's to decide off hands or over the block. Go ahead and block cross. She decides she's going to block cross. If she sees this, she is trying to take the libero's head off. That's what she's doing. She's going to destroy the ball down the line. That's the read that the hitters are making. There's kind of two reads in one here. We're working on offensive reads, reading the block, and then the defense over here is going to decide whether or not that window is left open, and if it is, she's back in deep, ready to dig the ball. But go ahead and block the line. If she blocks line, she's not going to be able to dig the ball because she's taking the line away, so she's going to start coming up for deflections or a possible tip. Who cares if she hits a cross court, right? That's not her job. We have other people covering cross court balls. Can we try that? Okay, so defenders, you're transitioning as the ball's going in the air. If you are watching the ball, you're done. You can't read. You won't be able to read. Your eyes have to go quickly to the hitter. And when I'm looking at the hitter, I'm going to see the blockers in front of me. And as I'm going back, I either decide to commit to the dig or I put the brakes on and start moving forward for some type of a deflection. All right? All right, let's try it. Hey, girls, I know I haven't taught you guys how to use the block, but let's give it a shot. See what happens. Okay, good. So let's stop. Okay. So, defenders, there we go. So I understand that we left this open, but the read really isn't whether or not this is open. The read is, can she hit the line? And since the ball was tossed so far inside, say we were blocker. Since the ball was set so far inside, can I hit the line from here? I'm asking my libero. Tell him. I can't. And so your job is to come forward. She hits a cross court, who cares? All right, let's try again. Higher toss. Oh, hold on. And let's go ahead and rotate through. So hitters, after you hit this blocker, yeah, come on. All right, here we go. New defender. New defender. We're not hitting cross court. Hold on, let's stop. Hitters, we are not working on cross court. You guys are making a read. You're either destroying the line or you're hitting off of the hands. We don't want to hit some right back because maybe that's our DS and that's the best player on their team. Right now, we're trying to attack the line. We're trying to attack this player. All right, go. Come up. Okay, so stop. So did she react or she anticipated? She reacted, and what happened? She's on the floor. Okay, so when we react, we go into emergency mode. When we go into emergency mode, the quality of the touch is low. So here with one arm going. She should have seen the block early, have already come up, and it would have been a free ball. Let's see if we can get there, DSS. Come on. Here we go. Good, come up. Good. Sorry, here we go. We're going to hit over the block. Nothing we can do about that. Come forward, okay? So she's not reading, she's just reacting. I'm behind her and I can already see her head looking up at the ball. She has no idea what's going on in front of her, and that's why it's going to score. Tip should be a free ball. You can get your players to look at it right now. Come forward. Good, play that deflection. There, now we have a chance. If she didn't make that read, zero chance of playing that ball. Go ahead, keep going. Stay on the line. Yes, good read. Let's go. Keep on going. Let's go a little bit faster now. Come forward, right? That was outside the antenna. You really don't need to go down the line outside the antenna. Good, come forward. Hey, the stationary blocker, guys, that was too far out. You just one step to the left, right here. Good, just stay there. All right, here we go. Good, stay on the line. Good. And out here, we got a coach talking to the hitters. Come forward. That's the wrong read. Come forward, you gotta come forward. Good, we have a chance there. So they're just reading the block right now. Are they taking the line away? Come forward. Good. She would have been ready for this deflection. That was good. Hey, way to deflect. I called you out. You did it. Okay, way to stay deep. Simple read. We're just isolating left back here. You gotta come up. You got a little late on that read. And you can be in their ears. Good. That was a good early read. Now she came up too far. Go about the 10-foot line. That was a good early read. Really good early read. Come forward. That's the wrong read there, right? She couldn't hit the line. They were blocking line. All she could have done was gone over her hand. Hey, and tippers, go ahead and tip short because left back is not responsible for the deep tip. We'll have to go back here in a second. Good. All right, let's stop. Let's flip the drill. Can I have some people who play right back? Maybe a setter or two. Maybe an outside hitter who plays right back. Maybe a DS that plays right back. And let's flip the drill. So have the hitters over here now. Hitters over here. Blockers on that side. Hitters over here. Blockers on that side. All right, same drill. Now let's see if our setters can make this defensive read over here. All right, here we go. Good, come forward. Yes, good. That was a good early read. Woo. Hey, y'all got to transition a little bit earlier. Track a little bit Leg off the hands. Let's go back to back. Okay, so you're going to get burned in line. Remember, blockers, be random with it. So far, we've got 5 line blocks in a row. There you go, good. If this is the kind of read that you make, if you play where the blockers are just blocking ball, sometimes they'll block the line, sometimes they'll block cross. Good. And of course, I'm not going to get into today, so that shouldn't score. That ball was in the air for a good 3 seconds. She could have read. The blocker was there. Hold on, let me stop for a second. And when Camille tipped, right, her hand was like this. Those are all reads that we make only if we're actually looking at the hitter. Even if the blockers weren't there, she should have been able to make that read because Camille literally jumped like this. Her arm never came back. So make sure our eyes are on the hitter and see if the blockers cover up that hitter. And if they do, come forward. If they don't, stay back. Come forward, yes, good reading. That's it. Just ready. Hey, let the blockers get ready. Hey, blockers, y'all gotta be Johnny on the spot here. Come up, yes, that's it. She had that read. Off the hands, please. Yes, good. She didn't make that read. That ball scores. Good. 8 out of 10 times. Yes, good read. Great read. Okay, now let's talk about that. Okay, so what did you see here? Okay, yeah, so even though they left the line open, it's not whether or not they leave the line open. What you're thinking in your mind is, can she hit the line? Right? Because the ball was so far in, you know, put your hands up. She couldn't hit that line, even though there's a gap between her. Make sense? All right, let's see if we can make that adjustment again. All right, here we go. Let's go. Play it? Good. Let's go one more, then we'll switch directions here. All right, good. Okay, let's go. If you're the type of coach that doesn't have moving blocks, you have stationary blockers. One's not better or worse, they're just different. There's pros and cons to both kinds, okay? Something you can do is use antennas. Let's do this drill over here. I have my DS's, left back over here. Hitters are hitting C's. This time I need a live setter. To add some predictability or some unpredictability. No more blockers. You got antennas or blockers. Okay, if you want to use actual people, you can just have them standing there and jumping up and just be stationary with regard to no matter where the ball is set. You can get them on boxes. I like to use antennas. It just saves legs and all the extra jumps that our players have to take. But these are stationary. They are not moving. And we play teams that run this type of blocking scheme where they're just taking away a certain part of the court. They still have to make reads, right? And the read is the same. Can the ball be attacked down the line? If the answer is yes, we stay there. The only time it can be attacked on the line is if this setter puts the ball into this window. It's the only way it can be attacked on the line. If she does not, with the stationary block, she will not be able to hit the ball down the line, at least without the blockers touching it, right? If she puts it out here, obviously she has to hit cross court. If she puts it in here, she's going to turn it back into the block. And so we're still making the exact same reads. It doesn't change. As I'm moving back, I'm seeing this hitter. She's in this window. I'm saying that's a dig. If not, you're coming forward. All right, here we go, girls. Let's give it a shot. Come up. She jumped with her hands here. She's not looking. She's looking at the ball a little too long. Make sure we're looking at the hitter. Good. All right, here we go. Next defender. Let's go every time. Whether you get a dig or not, it doesn't matter. These are not digging reps, by the way. These are reading reps. So don't have a player stay on there until she actually digs a ball. It might take a long time for that happens. They just get on there. It's a decision rep is what they're making. They need good read. Hey, let's get the setters a little bit out of system to get a little bit more varied sets. Go ahead. Okay, good. Stand the line. And by the way, middle backs, right, have the same read. Doesn't matter. That would have got blocked. There's supposed to be 4 antennas up there. And I usually tell them, come forward. Yes, good read. Okay, read. Tell me your name. Avery's been making some really good reads. Come forward. Okay. So you guys see what happened there, right? That tip scored, staring at the ball, not reading. That ball was set outside the antenna. There's no way that the girl can hit down the line for the ball set out 10. If she could have made that read, that would have been a free ball. Now we're scoring the ball. So you get your players, keep going. You get your players to look at the right things. They are going to make better in-game decisions. They're going to cover more court. lot better scoring opportunities. Go play. Good, sorry. All right, let's hold up. Let's get our blockers back over here. Let's get hitters, 3-4s. Defenders, you guys stay there. We're gonna work on the cross court read now. Setters, we're just gonna toss. So I have blockers. I need a stationary blocker, one that is moving. I need three girls up here. 3 girls up here, please. Good. So we got these still blockers, same thing. Either side block cross, side block line. Doesn't matter. Okay, now the cross court read is obviously the left back stays the left side of the blocker. So go ahead and block line. If we block line, go ahead and block line. Yeah, if we block line, this is a typical place to stand. But go ahead and block cross. If you block cross, and I'm standing here, the ball will never be hit to me. So I always have to stay the left side of the block. Okay? That's really the only read they have. Hey, hitters, you have 2 things you can do. You can either hit cross court, or you can tip zone 5, or the donut, whatever zone this is. The middle of the court, that's her responsibility. So what they're looking at is she fast? Is she in a good rhythm? Can I see the hitter? She's jumping with her arms back. I'm going to commit to the dip. If anything's off, it's a bad toss, she slows her approach down. She jumps with her arm forward like Camille has done 4 times and we haven't read it yet. Right? If any of those kinds of things, then we start moving to zone 5. If we can make these reads, tips won't score, or they shouldn't score. All right, let's try it. So stand wide, good read. Let's go, step on. Hold on, Carrie Ann, wait for the blockers to get set, please. Wait for the blockers to get set. You guys got to be quick. Good. Very good. Stay outside the blocking shadow, near the sideline. Right there, perfect read, good read. You already see, I know you guys can't see what I see, but this is where you should be standing in the game, or in practice, I should say, and you're just helping, you're in their ears, right? Okay, she went behind the block. Let's stop for a second. So she went behind the block, and the hitter hit it to where she should have been if she could read. So did you see the move that she made? She made this kind of move, right? Low quality touch. If she would have gotten it up, we've probably been out of system, we probably would have given them a free ball. Not because she's not a bad defender. It's not because she doesn't have quick feet or bad platform angle. It's because we weren't training her eyes. She should have be able to see the hitter, and it would have been a much better quality touch. All right, keep going. You've got to get control of their eyes, coaches. Come forward. All right, slow approach, drop the elbow, and you just keep saying this stuff. Keep saying it. Come forward. Make sure we look at the hitter. And then I would, right now I'm in coaching mode, but I would have my defenders all talking now. Hey, what's your name again? Avery? Yeah, keep going. Avery's good enough. Avery, I'm going to step it up. I need you to speak now. Because you're making all the right reads, and now I need you to speak. Keep going, Karen. Good. Get off the touch. Swing, you're in position. You got to make a play on that ball. It's good position, though. That's middle back. If it goes over the block, we're in big trouble. Probably not going to win. None of this stuff matters. If you're playing across, you have across the net. You have somebody getting over your block. Yes. Okay, now she's talking. Okay, let's stop for a second. So Avery just talk, cross down. So we don't need everybody to be geniuses on the floor. What's up? Yeah, so my offside defender, it just depends, who you're playing. We're playing Grim, Henley's hitting. My offside defender is digging this ball. But most of the girls, at least that we play, most of the teams aren't really hitting this consistently. My off blocker is just doing one thing. It's deflections, tips, and rolls. That's it. The ball is attacked. We have our liberos that read that. Now, if you don't have liberos that can read that at left back or at right back, defending the C, then you may need to get your off blocker involved in defense. But I try really hard to protect my off blocker so they can be free to hit. It's having to dig a ball and then get out to hit. But yeah, it's philosophy. It's what you have. It's your preference. If you spend time on reading, then your off blocker doesn't have to take that ball. If you don't spend time on reading, then yes, you need to have extra defenders back there covering some court. So you put your time wherever you want it. Like I said, there's pros and cons. If you want to put your time on reading, there's some advantages to that. The disadvantage is it takes some time to develop this kind of stuff. Okay, let's get, can we get these antennas off, Donnie, or Jaeger, can you you get those antennas off, please? Thanks. Hey, can I have a couple setters here, a couple DSs over here? And this is all the hitters we have? This is going to be a problem. Yeah, be a blocker. Be a blocker. So let's get a hitter on the 4, a hitter on the C. Let's get 2 blockers, 2 blockers. So 2 hitters, 2 blockers, 2 blockers. Like we have a setter, we have another setter that's one off that. I just need a setter in this drill. On the other side of the desk. We have 2 blockers here and 2 blockers here, please. 2 blockers, thank you. Okay, blockers, you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. You can block line, you can block cross. I don't care if you want to just stand there. Being random, I really don't care. You can leave splits, okay? I want my blockers to just be random. Hitters, you can hit line, you can hit cross. If you want to use the blockers in front of you, use the block. If you want to tip into the short zone or tip right over the block, do that. We got 2 live people. We're going to work our way into actually having a team out here. So this is a little progression. Isolate right back, left back, down the line, cross court. Now we're adding our 2 wing players. I'll add a little back here in just a second. I want to see the right reads by both players here. Okay, so for example, we set the 4. She's coming back. Blocker. Well, you want to block line or cross? Just pick one. You want to block line. Okay, so cover the line. And then you color. So I should see this player coming up with this player playing a little bit deeper because we're blocking the line. Okay? Now go ahead and decide this time you want to block cross court. So scoot your block in. I should see this player dropping back and that player getting to the left side of the block, getting wider. Okay? This is our goal, is to try to get these 2 players making the same read. Right? And you got to be in their ears all the time. Hey, get down the line. I have my coaches separated. I'm going to be focused here on my right back. I have another setter focusing on my left back. All right, let's see it. Hey, hitters, just go in a little triangle where you are. So after you hit, be a right front blocker. You be a middle blocker. You be a hitter. All right, you guys go in a little triangle right there. Setter, you can set anybody you want. All right, let's see it. Good. Oh, wait, you got 3 defense. Jump the court the whole time. All right, here we go. Hey, let's get one more DS over here. Now we get one more DS that plays right back. Come forward. Okay, now that was an obvious sit situation. There was 0 communication, and worse than that, is she reacted to it. That's the issue, that she reacted to the tip. And this is where I know that I have players that I got to really work on with their eyes and their vision and decision making, because she reacted to that ball. So I'm not more concerned if she scored or if she shanked the ball. I'm really concerned, like, how did she not see that, right? And so I want to be in their ears talking about, hey, the blocker covered her up. It was a slow approach. You jump like this. All the different kind of things that you want to teach them on the read. All right, keep on going. Transition. Good, come forward, good, come on, good. So back to the new tune you on every time. Tune you on. Remember, these are reading reps, not digging reps. Come forward. Good, yeah, keep on those inside steps. And I'm on the court talking to both of them. Good, stay wide. And they eventually will get this though. When you're out of position, you're staying right behind the blocker. You gotta be able to see the hitter. Come forward, good. And we're just here talking. It looks ugly at first. Good, off the block, good. Good, you're off blocker. Good, come forward. Right, she can't hit the line. So if she can't hit the line, you can have forward. You gotta trust me, alright? That's the only decision. She can hit the line, stay. If you feel like she can't hit the line, just come forward. Good. The read, maybe a little bit lighter. Good, come forward, good. That's a little bit better. Right? She ran, so it's still a little bit delayed, but at least you got a touch on it. And you give it a couple of weeks with you in her ear, that ball that she just played, you can keep going, guys, will be an actual free ball. Good, come forward, yes, good read, that's it, right there. That's a good early read. She anticipated right off the setter's hands. Good, come up, yes, good. She was in position. So make sure you're transitioning, and then decide whether or not you stay forward. Come forward, good, stay wide, you went right behind the block, right? You gotta make sure you stay so that you can see the hitter. Good, yes, good read, agree. She just said 10, say a little bit louder. Hey, hold up. Go again. Good, keep on going. All right, hey, I want to stop really fast. Middle back, I'm not gonna do it because I'm running out of time here. Basically, I would have 2 players in a split. Can I have a line of hitters hitting 4s? You blockers just stay where you are. Coach, can you toss? Can you toss? Just toss right in the window. You guys just stay there, stay stationary. And hitters, I want you to take different approaches. I want you to start with Coach Donahue with this, take a straight on approach. I want you to start out of bounds and take this approach. Take different kinds of approaches. And go ahead. And you'll have middle back here, and they're just standing right here in the angle of their approach. Yeah, no, you guys can stay. Good. She's taking a straight on approach. Toss it in the window, Coach, right then, in between the blockers. Right there, so she's really wide, and I'm getting in this read, and that's it. All right, we're good. We're good. I want to move on to our last drill. Okay, last thing. I need a full team over here. I need 6. I need a setter. I need 3 pins. Right front, left front, middle back, libero, middle. Everybody else over there. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Okay, full 6. Okay. Over there, I need hitters on the 4, hitters on the C, and I need a DS in the middle of the court. And setters are setting on this one. Setters are setting. I need hitters on the right side, please. Girls, I need somebody hitting on the right side, please. I need somebody hitting on the left side. I need a DS in the middle. I need a setter setting. She's setting. Have another hitter. I don't care who it is. It could be a DS. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So we're going to put time on the clock. Here's what's going to happen on this side. Hey, team over here, look at me really fast. The second ball, you're going to take a ball. The second ball, just give a free ball to the DS standing in the middle of the court. Coach Jaime, you can get off the floor. You just toss that first ball to the center and get off the floor. Okay, so over here, we're going to score points. Here's what I have. I divide up into 2 teams. Last year at Westlake, we had 22 on our roster. So we actually had 3 teams. We get 3 teams. I put time on the clock, and I'm awarding points for perfect defense. They're in base. They're making the right reads. If one person is out of position or one person doesn't make the right read, I don't get points. Okay? So I would have a score over there. I have a manager on the scoreboard, and I'm going to say point. I'm going to say point. I'm going to say no point. Okay, your job is to go ahead and play defense, play it up, dig it up. Whoever's going to touch the second ball, give them a free ball, hustle back to base, and repeat. I also give points for hitting errors. Hitting errors. All right, let's give it a shot. It looks like this. Good. And stop. So that would be no point. Why would that not be a point? What happened wrong there? Coaches? She reacted to the tip, right? So I'd say no point. You've got to be able to see that. So keep on going. And there's time going. I have 90 seconds. Keep going. There's 90 seconds on the clock, and they're scoring points. Good read. Good. That's a point. Send it over. Send it over. Free ball. Good. Back to base. You got to hustle back to base. If you walk to base, there's no points. Good. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Good. That's another point because it's a hitting error. Toss. Quickly. Here we go. We got 2 points. Good. Come forward. Good. Tello. Good read. That's 3 points. Let's go. Back to base. Here we go. So come on. Okay. Stop position there. No points. Keep going. Make it as fast as you can. As many balls as you can. Stay on the side. Kind of good. Send the ball over. Free ball. And run back to base. Run back to base. I'll be nice. That's pretty average defense, but I'll give them a point there. Good. You're at 4 points. Keep going. Toss right away. As soon as the ball goes in, toss. Good. Come forward, Tello. Good. Free ball. That's 5 points. All right, go. And go. And come forward. Right. Come forward. That was no read. You have the wrong read there. Good. And deep on the line. Good. All right. So good. Okay, let's go. Pretend there's 10, 9, 8, 7. You slow your approach now. 6. You're at 6 points. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And good read, Tello. Stop. They got 7 points. Okay, and then what I would have them do is switch. Another team comes on and they're in competition. Put 90 seconds on the clock. I would start off being really strict and being a jerk about every little detail, like when you get to base. Your base is standing like this, like this. You're going to get to your wings. And it's pretty ugly at first, but they start to get really disciplined and focus on where's my base, where do I stand, how do I track decision making. And we do that all the time. We had 3 teams going. It got to be really competitive. They started getting kind of mad at each other, like how the off blockers out of position, or you got to make that read. They start to really speak because if the right back doesn't read the tip, but the left back does, she doesn't speak, then she's reacting. There's no point. So they really start to communicate, and it's a defense that creates kind of perfection there. We're trying to look at perfect defense, good pace, good decision making, and those sorts of things. Thanks, girls. I appreciate it. Y'all go give them a hand. You guys can take a seat here. I wanted to leave 5 minutes. I'm sorry. There's a lot more that I had that you see on the list. There's setting stuff. There's blocking stuff. I have all kinds of reading drills. There's nothing special. It's probably stuff you already do. I just focus on different things. So, man, feel free to pick my brain or ask me about anything. Hopefully coaches, we train the physical. I'll leave you with this. If you just continue to train the physical over and over and over again, the arm swing, the approach. You get in the weight room, get with stronger shoulders, the arm swing, the approach, hard hitters. You're just going to have a good hitter. That's it. You're not going to have a good scorer. You're just going to have a good girl that looks good in warm-ups. You're not going to win a lot of games because they're going to be hitting into people who are good defenders. They're going to be hitting it into the block. It might look good. It might be hard. You're not going to win a lot of games. If you're training setters and you're just training their hands and their footwork, but you're not training the mental part on reading blockers, they're going to be setting a pretty ball, but it's going to be going right into a block. So we have to add this part of the game. Last thing is, this stuff takes time to develop. If you're one of those coaches that cares about winning early, I would say just keep doing what you're doing. But if you care about being good at the end of the season, then start it early. It's a process. It takes time. But by the end of the season, man, it's transformative. And you get to a point where you don't have to coach anymore. Like, I spend a lot of time like, come up, before. Did you see that? Did you see this? And you really have to commit to it a lot early. And it might mean that your team might take some losses early in the season. But by the end of the season, they're going to be setting well. They're going to be hitting in the right places. They're going to be serving in the right places. They're going to be receiving the ball well. They're going to be defending everything. You're going to really see a big change. So I just encourage you coaches to kind of get away from the physical that we tend to spend 90% on and give 30% on it. Just a little bit of feedback on the eyes and their decision making will go a long way for them. All right. That's all I got. Thanks, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, players.
Thank you, Joe. All right, we're going to go 5 minutes and we'll get started, get rolling. We'll make up some time at lunch. This is for the red Rambler here at the what it's called. Ready? 568-262. 568-262. All right, there you go. And then this is for a shirt. We'll grab one from the desk over there. 568-126. 126. 126. All right, awesome. All right, we'll take 5 minutes and get going. A couple of things while you are getting down. We got lunch coming up after this will be served. And then, again, we've got some great speakers ending with David Hunt from Texas at the end. And we'll also do the big drawing for the Big Yeti cooler at the very end. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Moving right into the next one. Again, we've got another, I like to say young because I know I'm getting older, but a young up-and-coming coach who's done some tremendous things, played at a high level, was a college grad assistant at UTA, played in the UTA men's team, been a district champ 6 times in 6A, district staff coach of the year, Lone Star champion, very successful in club world as well, qualifying triple teams in Open, 18 Open. She's done a fantastic job. He's now the head coach at Plano West High School. Cooper Phillips from Plano West High School.
Assuming that's better. All right. So a couple things I want to talk about that I'm going to build off of some of the other coaches in the past couple sessions or even yesterday. I'm not a very technical person. So whenever I need something technically done for my kids, whether it's, 7th, 8th graders coming up in the program, or even 18 opening club, my best high school kids that are going to Harvard or Pitt from a couple years ago, I struggle with that. So I go lean on other people. So I can lean on my club director, Jason, wherever he's running around. I was with him for a couple years. I really lean on him for technical stuff. So if you're ever like, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, go to somebody, because the center comes to me and they're like, hey, what do I do with my hands? And now I might text Sean because I'm like, I don't know, dude, you need to put the ball right here so she can hit it hard and score. When in reality for her, that's not what she needs to do. So I really lean on people in that regard. I'd say where I give myself some props is how we play the game, not necessarily what you're doing with the ball every single time. So for me, we talked about mistakes. What kind of mistakes are good? What kind of mistakes are okay? What kind of mistakes are like no, bad, like you're getting benched or something like that. So to me, effort mistakes and mental mistakes are in the same category. They're both horrible. You can't do those things. An effort mistake is, hey, I hit the ball out because I didn't transition. Hey, I didn't get the set I wanted because I didn't communicate to my center. Right? We can all talk, we can all run back. Right? You can be a football player, do that, you don't have to be a volleyball player. A mental mistake, to me, is when we game plan for something specific and you didn't do it. Right? Hey, we know we're going to take cross, we're going to move that block in, and the off blocker is responsible for everything underneath. They took the ball underneath because we took away the shot they wanted to hit and we didn't do it. That's a mental mistake to me, and I don't care how good the kid is, if we prepped and said, hey, that's your responsibility to take that ball every time, even if it means you're out of the play and you didn't do it, it's a horrible mistake. Now, if somebody crushes a ball or they go off the block and you're in the right place or you try to make the right read, you think there's good at volleyball, that's an okay mistake. Hey, you hit the ball out but you're trying to do this, you got blocked out of system, those are okay because those aren't 100% within your control. Everything that's within your control has to be taken care of every single time, right? Even in serve receive. Things that are within my control, who has the seat? Things that are not within my control, did it clip the tape? Is it a really good serve? So the kid's a really good serve, but I still get beat, that's probably okay. But if I didn't move into the scene when it was my responsibility, that's not okay. So you'll hear me kind of talk about good mistakes versus bad mistakes and the things that we're going to do today. Just a couple more. We always need to take care of the ball when it's easy. When we play a team and we get a free ball back or an overpass or the way out assistant or we're getting a shot, it's super important that we get that ball on the money so we can do exactly what we want with it. Now, if somebody hits the ball hard, it's a good serve, they go off the block or they're doing something amazing, I can't expect us to put the ball in a perfect place every time. Nobody should expect that, right? But anytime we're gifted something easy, hey, easy server, bad defender, we got a free ball, we made a good read, Those balls have to be taken care of every single time. So it's kind of an easy, medium, hard, big kind of situation. Anytime we're in an easy situation, we want to be in system, fast, middles are ready, whatever we can do to score points. Okay? So, and last thing I like to tell our kids is really great club this year. It's at 7.5 kids for most of the year. You can be tired. That's okay. You can play 6 rotations through a whole club tournament. It's the 5th set on the 2nd day of the tournament. You're allowed to be tired. What I don't want you to do is let the other team know you're tired. Like, you can look at me and be like, Coach, we need a little break, and you sub for a few minutes, whatever it takes. Hey, I can't start short right now because my arm's exhausted. But I can't let the other team know that. So in the first drill we're going to do, we might get a little tired, but we'll give you a little break, and there's a lot of you, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I grab the players over here. What we're going to do is I call it overload because there's a lot going on at once. But everything we're doing is easy. Okay? So every contact you have in this first drill is going to be super easy. It's going to be a free ball. You're just pushing a free ball over the net, or you're just passing it kind of to middle front. That's all you're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have person middle front, so area 3. Whoever, doesn't matter, we're all going to rotate. A person in area 4, kind of like an outside attacker. Do that on both sides, and the remaining people I want in zone 1 with a line. Does that make sense? So zone 1, make a line behind her, and then zone 1 over there, making a line to her over there. I'll let you know now, you're going to get frustrated with this, because you're like, this should be so easy, but it's not. So starting out, all you're going to do is this. If you're in zone 1, you're passing a ball. Target your setting, be a hand set, bump set, whatever. Again, I don't care. You do it one hand, kick it. I'm not mechanical in this. Outside attacker, all you're doing is going and pushing the ball to zone 1. You don't have to jump. You don't have to do anything crazy. Okay? Very simple. Pass here, follow your ball. Make sense? So we're going to start here. Ready, go. We can communicate as we go, especially since we don't play with each other every day. Oh, look how easy this is. Here's where it's going to get difficult. You ready? Here's another ball. Here's another ball coming in. Here's another ball coming in. Okay, so what we're going to do there is very easy contact, so we still mess it up. That's okay sometimes. That's going to happen, especially if we don't all play together. That's what it is. Our goal, I'd say for right now, if we could have 4 volleyballs going at the same time. If you have a team that plays together all the time, and they should have a good rhythm, good chemistry, you can get 6. Now, if you have a club team of like 9 or 10, it's really difficult because there's too many people moving. Now, at the high school level, you have 16, 17, 20 kids. I think we all have, you could definitely do 6 balls. Like in the off season, we got to 6, and they thought it was the work. So what we're going to do is I'll come over here. We're going to start at the same time. So we're going to still double start at the same time. Once you get to 4 balls, as a coach, you kind of have to be really good at timing throwing it in. Because if a ball's coming, it hits a kid in the face, and it's your fault. So right here, we're going to start. We're going to do it at the exact same time. Okay? So ready, start. Is this pass on? Is it tight? What's going on? We need to communicate those things. You're just giving her a free ball. Keep it going, keep it going. Ready, go. Follow your ball, follow your ball. That's all you gotta do. So now we can enter the third one. It's going to get really interesting. You got it. Yep, no. No, that was actually really good time. Okay, so we're going to pause real quick. Miguel was here before me. What was this big thing? We're training our what? Our eyes, right? So in this drill, where should I be looking if I am the attacker? Right here, that's it. Right? This is my only job. If I am the setter, the second contact person, where should I be looking? Person passing the ball, that's it. Right? That's all there is to it. Now, there's a lot going on. You just did one job, you move to the next job. If I am the defender, passer, however you want to explain it, where should I be looking? Probably the hitter or your coach, right? Because the ball is going from the same place. What we don't want to do is watch the ball that has nothing to do with us. Because what happens is, I'm sitting there, I'm passing the ball, and I watch that ball, right? But I have to hurry and get to the next one. We cannot just watch what's happening. We have to read and see the important things of the game. It's super important that you're seeing what's important. There's a lot going on the other side of the net again. There's a lot going on in the stands. The other team's coach is yelling, your coach is yelling, your bench, their bench, your kid's serving, right? All this stuff's going on. There's only a few things that are important. It's usually on the other side of the net. Or once you have the ball, it's the pass, right? So we're going to go again. And remember, if you contact the ball, you can't contact it twice. Because once I pass, I become the setter. And if I pass again, who's setting that ball? Me, right? I cannot do that. So we're going to restart. Our goal should be 4. We're going to go a few more minutes of this and see if we can get it. Coach, did you see a good opportunity to throw one in, throw one in? Getting crazy. All right, let's pause real quick. You like that move? You like that move? Pause real quick, catch that ball. Players, coaches, whoever. What part is difficult? Which contact is difficult? The first contact you're receiving or what? Free ball, right? Should be pretty easy. And if I'm setting, I just got a free ball, pass to me, so that should be pretty easy. And then as the attacker, I'm just setting a free ball. So piece by piece, it's very easy, right? Just like we're talking about a game. Hey, I'm taking line, that's super easy. Hey, I'm transitioning, that's super easy. Hey, I need to communicate the ball I want, that's super easy too. But you're piecing these things together and all of a sudden it's overloading your brain, right? It's frustrating. There's so many things happening at once. Physically, the biggest mistake in this drill is passing or setting too tight. So like I always tell people when they do this first time, pass it 5-6 feet off, it'll make it super easy for you. Yeah, but what did we notice when that first ball, the last time, the first ball fell right here, or we chased it down, right? Made a big move on it. What happened to the ball over there? It fell down as well, right? Did they have any correlation with each other? Was the same person touching both balls? No, of course not, right? But you can take that and put it in perspective in a game as well, because if I won the mistake that I hit out of bounds or I served in the net, all of a sudden, like, the next person on my team that's serving, oh my God, if I'm serving in the net too, it's going to be a big issue, right? And all of a sudden it compounds or snowballs. That shouldn't happen because they're individual moments in the game, right? We want to be able to separate one mistake from the next ball. So the ball goes over there and it gets kicked in the bleachers because we screwed it up. That's fine. We still got 2, 3, 4, 5 more balls going that we have to worry about. Okay, we're going to try one more time. We're going to pass this ball a little bit off the net. Okay? And think about what is my job at this moment and where should I be looking. If I'm here, right, I'm passing, I'm looking, someone waiting for a ball from an attacker, or a coach. There it is, I pass it immediately. My job is to start tracking back here. Because if coach throws a ball in quickly, perfect pass right off the net. I'm turning, I'm looking for information from here. Okay, my information's here. I'm setting. Okay, that job is complete. I play my off block, right? Transition. I'm going to go do my next job. My next job from here is become an outside hitter. My eyes should be turned exactly where they need to come from. I don't need to worry about the ball I just set. I don't need to worry about the ball that's being passed previous to that or the ball over there. I'm worried about my setter right here giving me a ball. Is it on? Is it off? Is it tight? Is it inside, outside? And attacking that ball. As soon as I attack that ball, my next job is get ready because another one's coming. Right? I try to translate this to a game because no, it's not a free ball every time in a game, but it's just a set of jobs that if everyone can do 100% right when it's easy, you're going to be so good at volleyball. Right? Because like as an off blocker, my job is off block. Whether I got the ball or not, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to transition. Now I'm ready to hit. Now I'm back to block. Now I'm off block or I'm blocking. I'm doing these things in order. And if 6 people, not even the whole 12 or whatever roster you got, are doing those things at the same time, you're going to win. If somebody does something amazing on the other side, awesome. They got to get 25 goes to each, right? So as long as you do your job, not anybody else's, move your spot, have your eyes in the right place, this drill becomes super easy. We're going to try it one more time. Here we go. Okay, keep going. Don't let it snowball. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Look, where's the ball coming from? Where's the ball coming from? Okay, we'll cut it there. We'll cut it there, y'all. You can catch it, sorry. You can see how difficult it becomes when all the contact should be super easy. Right? I love doing this. You'll see a huge progression from the beginning of it, like the first time you do it at the beginning of the year, whether it's a new team, new club team, hey, you got some JV kids in the off season, right? Or the 7th graders who are just, I'm great at volleyball, I've never seen anything like it before. We did this every day for just a week, for 15 minutes. By the end of the year, you're going to get 5 balls, and it's going to be super easy. Because then you'll realize, where am I looking? What am I doing? But for right now, it's very difficult. But if I ask you individually, well, what's hard about it? Like, I don't really know. Right? Because it's only a pass, a set, a swing. Hey, it's only a serve, a block, a dig, a set, a swing, a tip. That's all the game is, right? Piece by piece. You have to kind of put the pieces together and do your job 100% right. Okay? One other thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, we talked about training our eyes and where we look. Is anybody familiar with the exercise of saccades? Do a lot of saccades. So the idea is, I'll ask kids this, what moves your body? Yeah, your muscles, right? So what moves your eyeballs? Muscles. How often do you lift weights for your eyeballs? Never, right? You can't. But how often are your eyes moving in a game of volleyball? More than any other muscle, I would say. We're looking here, looking at the ball, we're looking at our off block, we're looking at our setter, all these different things. We have to train them as well. So at the beginning of every practice, game, tournament, whatever, we do an exercise called saccades. One of my strength and conditioning coaches talked about this. I think UTSA, basketball's been doing it. So we take our thumbs, and if you want to do it too, go ahead. We take our thumbs about this far apart, and we're going to take our eyeballs and move them as fast as we can side to side. And look at those thumbs. If you're noticing things are getting really blurry, Can you do it more? And you think, oh, this is super easy, start moving it out. And now we're going to go. And now we're going to go vertical and do it. Now that's super easy, I'm going to go really far apart and try my eyes even more. And you can do this at different angles, whatever. You'll notice your eyes will get fatigued. Like you're like, okay, things are getting blurry. Just like your muscles get fatigued when you're bench pressing or squatting or jumping or swinging. Your eyes do the same thing. So I implore you to use that. Not only are you training your eyes and you can see different things, and oh my goodness, my eyes are so weak, they need to be stronger. But the faster I can move my eyes from here to the outside without having to turn my body and my head, all of a sudden I can see the whole court with very little movement or energy. And I think that's super important. Right? Very small things that might make a difference at one point in a whole season. But just because you did this, you won a fifth set. Right? How easy is that? Alright, thank you for that. I know that was super difficult and annoying and very frustrating. I love walking to the gym and I'm like, alright, we're warm. Let's do overload. And they look at me like, we're ready to die. We're ready to kill you, actually. So, that's going to be frustrating. I'm sorry I had to leave with that. So, the next drill we're going to do has to do with effort, right? Because everything is effort-based. I don't want to make effort mistakes in covering. I don't know about y'all, but I like to stack covering, right? And it's not a stat that you get a point on, or did you actually cover the ball and we convert it? I'm not even worried about that. Like, did you get a good touch on it? So what we're going to do is we're going to put 6 players on. You're going to serve, receive. You can just do like row 1. So center, opposite, outside, push back, middle, doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to do that on one side for now. We're going to implement the other side. Yeah, we need a couple outsides. We need a libero. Let's see what we got. Wait, outside? Perfect. So we're just going to go here. We're going to go to serve receive pattern. And coaches, we can pop in an easy serve receive ball. And I'll take another card. And as soon as we take this swing, you're attacking this ball. Another ball is going to come in as a cover ball. And I'm sure you've done this. Everybody's done this before, right? If I'm off, let's be on the sidelines shagging. There's going to be a lot of balls going on. Okay? I'm going to input a ball directly where you swung. So if we hit the quick in the middle, the A, the 1, whatever you're going to call it, the ball's going to come from here and we're covering it. Does that make sense? Then we're going to take a swing out of that. We're going to do it 3 or 4 times before we change it. So I'm perfect. So we'll do a nice little serve receive ball. It should be easy. Let's go from there. Here we go. Outside, gonna cover that. Self-cover. Outside again. Very quick, right? You can do this many times as you like. Another variation, I don't like to run my kids. They don't like to run. I think it's, a useful thing when we need to refocus, but if it's just for conditioning, we're not going to run. We're going to do that. We don't run the mile. We never run the mile in volleyball. Right? So what we're going to do is instead of you hitting this ball, you're going to tip it back and cover to your team. So if we set the middle, I'm going up on the A, I'm here, and I just kind of throw it back down. We don't need to throw it straight down. It's not about covering that I got clearance ball. It's about covering the ball that we reset and we know we can get something out of it. So first ball is a serve receive ball, and then we go straight from there. Remember, you're self-covering here. Self-covering, so we're tipping it back. There we go. Same thing. Okay, then we can go straight back into it. Perfect. You can catch this one. You can catch this one. And you can do this as many times as you want. You can say, hey, after 20, because they need to be conditioned and they didn't look great last night in the game, then all of a sudden we're going to do the same thing, but you can have a keyword or a whistle, or you can say attack. And on that one, we're attacking the next ball. So cover, 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 cover. Okay, attack this one. Did we actually transition to attack? Were we ready to swing? Because if not, you're not going to get a swing out of it. So let's try that. So first ball coming in, serve receive. Okay, we're covering. Nope, we're covering, covering, covering until I say attack. want our middles to be available when we cover. And obviously, we're out of system there, so it's not necessarily a perfect situation. But the one you see, hey, the middle might be available on this one, you might say tack open, right? Whatever your plan is and however you think you're going to score the most points in a game or your game playing against Westlake or Drip or whoever, right? That matters. Another thing is you can change your covering scheme, right? Some people say, hey, my middle back's over here, but if my center's setting from over here, she's there. I don't particularly have set places on the floor to cover. So I do this, especially with the new group. I'm like, you need to get your butt as close to that hitter as possible, and as soon as she's up here, you're stopped. Whether I'm 30 feet off because I saved the ball, or I set it right next to her and I'm here, that's what we're doing. Okay? We're going to bring it back to the eyes. A lot of us come in and cover, we do all the effort, all the hard stuff right. I'm here, I'm low, I made a table, I'm holding a tread, ready to go. Where should we be looking, players? The block specifically, right? Because that's where that contact's coming from. Just like we said in the previous drill, the ball's coming from here, it's coming from there. That's where I need to be looking. I'm looking at the block because if her hands are here, they're pressed here, I can get a quick read or an early indication of what might happen with that block. So as we cover, we do these things. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go 6 on 6. We have 2 middles. Perfect. Now what I need to do a lot because I'm big in transition. We want to score in transition because, at certain levels, most of the game's in transition, right? You may not have a super dominant outside hitter that scores first ball side out. We're playing a lot, doing a lot of different things. So when the coach enters a ball, we'll just alternate, one side. You are first ball, enter, cover ball, and then straight up attack from it, regular volleyball. So if the ball comes here, pass, set, my team is covering. We cover that ball. Now we're trying to beat the other team. If we got the ball first, you do not need to do the cover stuff. That makes sense. It's only when the coach enters to your side. That's the only ball that we do the cover and attack. Right? If we can get a solid swing out of an attack, out of a cover, that means you're doing something right. Because realistically, the team that gets the ball first is kind of at a disadvantage. Because we took a swing, we got blocked, everybody's kind of congregated right next to each other. We don't have this big transition to get the next thing. But if we can still get a good attack out of that, then we're putting ourselves in a good situation because of effort. Not because we're so good at volleyball that we're bigger and better. It's because we covered. It's because we transitioned. We gave ourselves a chance. Right, so let's see what this looks like. Next ball, make sure we're stopped at contact, no matter what, no matter where I'm at, I'm stopped. Recovering, now we're transitioning, now we play. Now we cover, look at that, it's in action. Oh, free ball, let's go. And we just enter another ball, next ball. So we cover ball first. Cover this. Self-cover, big transition. Quick pause, real quick. Now, we talked about reading the game, seeing what's going on. What's the most likely situation there? Who was just setting here? You were setting kind of from here, right? Were you going to sling it back here? Probably not. Did you know that? You did. So where were you at? Way back here. Now, if I trust my center on the right side, I know she's going to give me the ball from wherever. I'm big transition, I'm ready to go. But if I'm in a situation where I'm like, hey, I know Tegan's not getting these balls. I play with Tegan 2.5 hours every day. I'm coming in here, I'm like, it's going outside. I'm already running in here ready to cover. Because as good as I am, and I'm the best center on the team, if I'm not getting the ball, me standing here, transitioned, and I did everything right, it's pretty useless. I want to be useful, or I want to do a job that makes sense for me. So if I know I'm not getting the ball, if I'm a middle and the pass is 15 feet off, I'm not yelling, yeah, hey, from here when I'm not getting the ball. I'm waiting, I'm seeing what my center's doing, and I'm ready to cover. So if you notice that situation, hey, I can't get the ball, I'm not getting the ball in the middle, you're the first person in the cover. right? If I'm a setter and I took the first contact, I'm the first person in the cover. Because I'm not hitting it. I'm clearly not setting it, right? I'm in there, I'm the covering queen, right? I'm the first one in, I'm ready to go. I want this ball. Let's go a couple more rounds of this before we switch it. Ooh, easy ball, next ball. Good swing, next ball. Stop, there we go. Let's go 2-1. Big transition, here we go middle again. Last ball. Right side, we're in the cover, we're in the cover. Very good. Now, as far as covering goes, the hardest part of covering is probably running there, getting set, being ready, right? And getting low. A lot of us will do everything right. We'll come from across the court, we'll get in, we're going to cover outside and we're here. We're doing everything right. My eyes are up here, but we're not low. Okay? We talked about when we play the ball out of the net, we try to teach our kids what? As low as you can to give yourself time to play it out. I'm a big fan of covering low. Obviously, if it's a cover ball, it's really high and it's easy, you can just throw it with your hands. But my libero at school loves to do this. She'll come in, she's covering, she's doing a great job, and she's doing all this stuff. If it's like super emergency, that's fine, but it's not a ball that's always an emergency. It's a nice reset, and she tries to do something crazy, but I'm like, girl, you're 5'2". Just get to the ground, play this ball as low as you can now, and all of a sudden my middle has time to transition, my pins have time to transition, I had a bid coming in, and my center is in a great position to run to get to that ball. When we cover up here, we're giving ourselves way less time to react to the ball, but also we're giving the rest of our team less time to transition and be ready to go. Which, in a game of the rally goes forever, because the other team is a good libero, but we're not very terminal, we need to be as transition and ready to go, especially if we're undersized. Right? Very good. We're going to move into one more thing. Okay? And last thing, if I'm an outside hitter, I'm sorry, I wrote it down, I forgot off the top of my head. If I'm an outside hitter, middle, right side, whatever, and I know my squad is here to cover me, I'm going to be so much more confident that I can challenge the block. Because, I forgot who was talking about, Sam was, she said, hey, you get blocked or you hit the ball in, right? A lot of times in my stuff, when I'm statting my hitters, if you get blocked and it was still a pretty good swing, it wasn't just like close your eyes and get it right in the heart of it, I won't count that as an error for you. I'll say, hey, if the other team earned that point completely, we're just going to zero it on your end. Because it might have been coverable, right? You did what you were supposed to do and you may have not had an option. Now, after you close your eyes, we're going to do that. Okay, I think that's a bad idea. We can't be afraid of the block. Especially like high school, especially at the middle school level. These kids are never impressed with time in the right space and time. They're up there hoping for the best half the time, right? If you have their hands, and you know the kid's not a great blocker, that's an easier way to score than maybe somebody can take it, right? And if we're afraid to get blocked, to have those errors, and oh my goodness, I look horrible because I did that, that's an issue. But if I got 5 people behind me telling me I've got you no matter what, rip it, then I'm way more likely to get those easy kills off hands or throws or high kicks or whatever the case may be. Okay, we're going to go one more drill, and we're going to go 5v5. We can work it, just every 5 balls we'll just rotate. 5v5, no middles. Middles you get to play left back if you do that in the game. You can play right side, left, whatever. Okay, now we just came off of some setting, right? So in this drill, it's going to take everybody at least a few minutes to get used to. My primary setter of the drill is left back. Does that make sense? So if we get a nice little free ball, do not run in there taking it like you normally would. Okay? My secondary center, so sets out, is going to be area 6, middle back. So this really puts a lot of pressure on my center to say, I'm usually like, I don't want to touch the ball first, please don't get it to me. They should be liberos in the drill. Right? For me at school, I had 2 very different dynamic centers. One's 6'1", does some cool stuff, can't take a ball. The other one's about yay big, super athlete. We would direct the ball to her in defense because she wasn't setting, she didn't have a barrel, but she was just such a good set. Right? So, as a coach, you can say, hey, as I enter these balls, I can do whatever makes sense. So, like for me, for my big kind of clunkier, slower, big, great hand center, I'm hitting roll shots and tips and making a move. And for my center that's smaller, we bring the ball to her in defense, we're cranking it. We're hitting as hard as we can because that's what she can expect in a game. So as my coaches enter, we can hit any kind of down roll, tip, whatever. It can go anywhere on the court. I like to maximize my center defense in this drill and say, hey, we're going to hit at the centers at least half the time, just because that's who really needs the work, at least in my gym. Right, so you're going regular 5v5. It's pretty much all out of system. We're the primary centers. So we're going to go 3 balls both sides. You can find a new place on the court that we can rotate in. Okay? Another thing is it is out of system, right? And usually we can expect a double block. But as a hitter, we cannot be afraid of that block. So odds are you're only going to have 1 in this drill. So we are out of system, but it allows you to be aggressive and take big swings. Does that make sense? You only got 1 up. It is out of system. It's not going to be a perfect set. But you do have the opportunity to score because there is only 1 up. Okay? So let's see what that looks like. We'll go 3 balls this way, 3 balls that way, and then we'll switch. Good off block. Let's go cover. Next ball. Next ball. Let's pause real quick. Who's the libero in the drill? You are. You should want to take every first ball. So something that easy, you're all over. Right? And another thing I have to tell you, especially the first time they do interview younger ones, is they hear left back's the center. I'm not going to touch it. Right? I'm not going to touch the ball unless you're on my left back. If the ball comes to you, it's an out of system drill, set the ball. Everybody's a center, right? It's way over here on the right side. Well, I'm not supposed to, yes you are. Set the ball, make the play happen, right? So let's go 3 balls this way before we rotate 3. Nice ball. We're there. Yeah, you can just set that. Perfect. So let's go new people, new places. If you need to stay because you're a setter, whatever, that's fine too. And setters, you don't have to be on the court because there is no true setter, so we can put anybody in right back. So as they're doing this, something I preach to my kids is, unless we're in a just horrible situation, emergency situation, we are attacking the ball. I tell my outsides, if the ball is within 23, 24 feet, you're probably need to jump and get this ball in the net. When I say attack, that doesn't necessarily mean hit as hard as I can. Kids have this misconception, right? By definition, so do parents in clubs, she jumps, she will dish to that. You need to be above the net, placing the ball inside. Tip, roll, shot, throw, swing, whatever that might be, you need to be leaving earth, fighting gravity, and making that happen. Because the second you do this, standing down ball, you're going to screw it up. And how many balls do we hit at kids that are standing down balls? All of them, right? That's the easiest thing for them to dig because that's all we do. We go here, here, here. So when they're doing that in a game, whether she's 6'4", she's a libero, we see this.